Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a good program for you this afternoon. We will get you caught up on what's happening in the world. Deb will do that around 3:20 with JCS News. 4 o'clock, it's What'd You Do That's New, the controversial rise of Rockstar video games. Very interesting stuff.
Oh, yeah, very.
Like, painfully interesting. We'll go over that a little bit later. We have trivia in the 5 o'clock hour. Plus, we'll end it up with It's Only Money. Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth will drop by. We'll end it up with, you heard it here first, your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long, plus 4 opportunities for you to win $1,000. Welcome to the program. I'm Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. Find us on social, Instagram, Facebook, at The Jim Colbert Show. On X, just at Jim Colbert Show all day, every day, JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out doing our thing on YouTube. Join the chat room in there. Get into the conversations. We'll have our question of the day up in just a bit. You can get involved with that. You could also send us a talkback throughout the show if you'd like. That's when you hear something you want to comment on. You just go to the Real Radio app, use that little microphone to send your comment over to Jack, and we will get you on the air. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. By the way, WIN is your 3 o'clock keyword, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. WIN will do it. That is your 3 o'clock keyword.
Enjoy the surface of the sun.
Yeah.
And sweating in places you didn't know you had.
Yeah. I had to cut a little lawn this morning.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was the worst 20 minutes I've ever been outside. I cut one stripe of it and said, that's good. I'll get the rest of it next year. No, it is. It's a little dry and hot out there right now for sure. Yeah. It's, you know what? You know when you know it's hot is when it makes your the interior of your car smell like boiling plastic.
Which it is.
Yeah, and that's what the weird thing is. Like your car has that smell, whatever smell it is,
Right.
you and all the things. For me, it's McDonald's and cigars. But man, when you have your car in that brutal heat, that smell from the plastic it's made of, so it's leaching out. When you open your door, it's like you get hit with this chemical bath.
It's like, off-gassing.
Yeah, exactly. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. But I have to tell you guys, there's an interesting thing happening on social. And before I go further, how often do you go on? So you're an X child, right?
Well, I only go to X to see like the ship slamming into the Brooklyn Bridge.
Right, yes.
All right. So if I want anything happy, I go over to Instagram Reels.
Okay, very nice. Okay.
For current news, I hate X, but it's just
Yeah, gotcha. But your entertainment is
Insta.
Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Jack, do you have a social media that you go to that you spend any time on?
It's funny you should mention this. Typically, it's just work only. Today, while I was eating lunch, instead of turning on television, I just put my phone up and I put on Reels and just let them go through. And I did that while I ate lunch today.
Yeah.
And that's the first time. I know that's how most people consume it.
That's exactly what I do at my Chinese restaurant. I get the napkin holder, I prop my phone up, and I just rip through it while I eat with noodles.
And then I'm like, oh, all right, that was good. That was good. And I'm like, wow, this is how a whole generation,
Yeah.
You just
entertains
described how
themselves now.
every human in America goes to the bathroom. That's exactly it, right? You go grab your phone.
Nope.
Straight to the bathroom. You don't use yours in the bathroom.
I do not.
That's my favorite place to look at it, maybe.
I do not.
Is sitting there just kind of whiling away the minutes as I poke through there. But
I don't want my legs to go numb, so I don't plan on that.
But
much
I'm with
time.
you guys. Like I don't have TikTok anymore, so I'm an Instagram person. I like the Reels.
I
It's
love
fine
the
for me.
Reels.
Occasionally, I'll pop on Facebook and rip through their Reels or whatever. I guess it's pretty much about the same as Instagram, right?
Yeah, for
close
the
to
most
it.
part.
But I have noticed the rise of a new star on social media. It's not one particular person; it's a particular job that has become very, very prominent in new social media. And I'm sure, like everything with social media, this will wind up being like a thing, like a fad, and eventually, nobody will care. But right now, it seems that these people have kind of a bit of a lock on social media content right now, from what I see.
Is it people telling you how to do better social media?
No, it's not that at all.
It depends on what you watch because you're,
Yeah, that's true. Your algorithm will decide what you're going to see.
and your viewing experience is going to be completely different from mine. And mine, it always seems to be people giving you tips. If you look up or saved a tip on, I'm going to use that again next time I have to, edit a video, and then suddenly that's all you get.
That's funny, and you're right. You even have to be careful of how long you spend watching one kind of video, because then you'll notice for the next 5 minutes you'll get something
5
along
minutes,
that
5
line.
days.
Yeah. Mine doesn't last that long.
Oh, mine does.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah.
No, but what do you think it is? Like I'll tell you, it's a job. It's a specific job, and it's kind of taken over a little bit of Instagram because these are very popular videos.
The only thing I can think of are the school cafeteria workers
Doing the dance moves and stuff.
Yeah, those two, and then they welcomed in a third one now who's part of their dance troupe.
Very funny. That's not it.
I was also thinking about little kids who are now seem to be ripping through, like there's a couple of young sisters. One plays drum, one does guitar.
Oh my God, those two chicks are unbelievable. They do like Iron Maiden
yeah,
tunes.
exactly.
How do you guys watch the same thing?
Oh, I see Deborah's name on my stuff all the time.
I've never seen his name on mine.
That is so cute.
I will tell you straight up, it's a game now. Anytime there's a great video about animals, like a manatee saves another manatee and then nurses another manatee back to life and then saves a family from a burning airplane crash or something,
I'm going to be on it.
I'll look down there and it'll be like Deborah Roberts right there.
I will tell you 100% of the time on Facebook, if I see something that I go, oh, my wife would like that, and I look down and her name has already liked it.
Look,
I see her name too.
Single
I see her name as well.
Look, anything with Taylor Swift, I'll see my kids.
Right, exactly.
Like anything with certain stuff, I'll see my wife. Like,
Right.
because she'll see certain content there. She likes that kind of stuff. But any animal video, I see you. No, you know what it is? It's lip readers.
Lip readers.
Lip readers have taken over the internet because well, here's what happens. So, and this is a brilliant idea, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's a fascinating talent to have. But what they do is, so the Met Gala was recently.
Oh, yeah.
And although when celebrities step up to give their interviews, you can certainly see what they're saying. But when they're taking those group photos, they're talking to each other. They're not mic'd up. I mean, they don't wear mics to the event. They step up in front of a mic and they say something. So now lip readers have started reading what celebrities are saying to each other during these kind of moments when they don't think they're mic'd up. And it's effing fascinating to me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is fascinating to me. Where do you go to learn that? Or, I mean, let me ask another stupid question. Do you have to be like deaf or in the ESL community to really learn that?
Well, I think it would make it easiest because I know for folks who are hard of hearing or have some level of hearing, rather than lip reading is a big part of the deaf community.
Is it really? Because, man, they're fascinating. And it's so funny. They'll split the screen. And for some reason, they love Emma Roberts.
Really?
Is it Emma Roberts?
Well,
which one was in the the Help?
Oh,
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone. That's it, Jack. They love her for some reason.
Why did she get busted?
No, she just talks a lot of these things and like talks to other people a lot. And she sounds like a teenager when she talks. So they love kind of doing what she says. They also do it with Pedro Pascal. They were doing it with him recently.
I saw one. I think it might have been today with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, that was a good one.
That
was a good one.
She was complaining about something.
Yeah, exactly.
And by the way, in that relationship, who's the bigger bitch? we don't know yet. But yeah, that story. But I just thought, man, that's really interesting. I can't read lips per se. Some of them, it's so funny because it's one of those things like you see somebody do something, you're like, oh, I could do that. And then they show them, and then you get the benefit of seeing what they're saying, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what they were saying. Like, you would have no idea. If you watch them talking without them telling you what it is,
right.
you would come up with the most ridiculous S of all time.
Well, it does turn out, yes, lip reading is a communication method commonly used by many people within the deaf community. However, it's not a universal skill, and not all deaf individuals are proficient lip readers. But
and I bet it's the person and how they speak as well. If they elocute quite well, I bet it's much easier to read their lips as opposed to a mumble mouth like myself.
Have you ever tried to do it?
No, I mean,
like your parents when they're across the room, what are they talking about?
Oh, yeah. No, I know when certain words are said.
How bad is my punishment going to be?
Right, exactly. Well, some face.
I don't know. I'm trying to watch you guys. There's no way I'd figure it out.
I don't think I could either.
And I think that's the other thing. I think when you hear, you're kind of at a disadvantage because it's really clouding the water.
Exactly. You're taking in that other stimuli, whereas if you just have to focus. Because think about all the things that we do when we talk. We start a sentence and stop.
Yeah.
We'll go, oh, yeah, never mind. So I would think all those little idiosyncrasies would make it incredibly difficult.
Yeah, they are having a moment, though, man. I mean, you go online, they are having a moment. I love it. And it's so funny because they do the split screen, and they do it, and they're laughing the whole time. Like it's a magic trick for them. And they're busting all these big-time celebrities saying stuff. Now, I mean, they haven't really busted them out saying anything stupid or really, inflammatory yet, but it is kind of interesting seeing them do it.
One of my other favorite things is watching sign language interpreters at concerts.
Oh, really? Yeah. Especially heavy metal shows.
Try a hip hop concert where they're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And they sign it all.
Yeah.
They sign it all. Sweat running off my,
Got a text from a teacher. They said that they can lip read.
Yeah, give it, Jack.
And it's very helpful in class.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me, Mr. Colbert. Do you have something to say to the class?
It seemed like you used an M and an F there together.
Right, exactly.
That's what it seemed like, Mr. Colbert. All right, 407-916-1041. Again, your 3 o'clock keyword is WIN, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about this weekend. What is your favorite festival to go to? Do you have one, by the way? Is there like a local little fest? I know the Corn Festival.
Coming up this weekend.
Yeah, Bike Fest and all the little festivals we have. Like we have the Highland Games. That's a festival.
Yeah.
Fringe Festival.
Fringe Fest is going on right now. My hometown is having its A1 festival this weekend. and we're sliding up to go check it out.
What, steak
A1?
sauces?
Yeah.
No, son, let me tell you, boy, we're going to get down with the Blue Crab Festival this weekend. Always on Memorial Day weekend, the Blue Crab Fest there in
Yeah.
P-Town.
Well,
Loving it. I want to know what your favorite festival is.
Kiwani Trout Festival.
Yeah. There's a frog festival.
There's the only place where you can watch your dad drink beer, wear black socks and Jesus sandals, and be okay.
Strawberry Fest.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Plus, we have a bunch of other stuff to get into. A man wants to hang a Church of Satan banner. We'll talk about that. The most popular junk food in every state. We have that. And in Wisconsin, something's happening up there that I've been talking about for a while, Deb.
Well, put it in the bag.
We'll have to find out what's going on there. The happiest rock song of all time has been decided.
Oh, wow.
And I have to tell you, I don't agree.
Shocker.
Also, a syndrome I've never heard of, and it may wind up being my next What'd You Do that's new. We'll get all that today. What do you have for news?
We're going to talk about a maintenance worker arrested in New Orleans for that jail escape. Governor DeSantis says Florida will fend for itself this hurricane season. And the most unpopular accents among Americans is... We'll talk about that and more coming up next during JCS News.
You got it. Let's take a little break. We'll get back and do Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
I'd be like, hey, come in 7 o'clock, buddy. We got it. We'll do the first hour.
I have responsibilities, things that they got to do.
You do have responsibilities. Hitting that ass.
Yeah.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Traffic starting to pile up in your usual areas here on I-4. Expect delays heading through the city. There's slowdowns on the ramp from State Road 408 to I-4 eastbound. On I-4 through that Lake Buena Vista area, there's delays. Keep an eye out for emergency crews and some slowdowns on State Road 408 westbound approaching Florida's Turnpike due to an earlier accident there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $250 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends June 14th. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
Man, oh man, let me tell you something. If you have a bathroom in your home and you hate it, and I know you do because, man, I've had my first house. I'll never forget. My guest bathroom was a complete nightmare. Like emerald green tile. It was so bad. And I remember just having, like, what am I going to do about this? You know, you all the time you talk about getting a bathroom remodeled or replaced. All your friends and family just come out of the woodwork. Man, don't do that. It's going to take you forever. They're going to be in your house for months. It's going to run over budget every time. You're not going to get the stuff you really ordered. And I took that into consideration and just kind of didn't do anything. But let me tell you something, man. I did not have action or I did not have access to Rebath in Mid-Florida. These guys are all about getting that new bathroom into your home in just 4 to 6 days with their employees. And afterwards, they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And these products are beautiful, man. You're not sacrificing anything. Multiple choices of tubs and sinks and tile and lighting and cabinetry. It's all right there. They even have a showroom, 436 in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. You could go in and see some models set up to give you an idea of what your bathroom is going to look like. Different configurations with different products. That's what they're all about, to make sure you have the bathroom of your dreams. Not to mention, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, 10% off your entire bathroom. Guys, you can't beat it. Log on to the website. Look at those before and afters. Amazing stuff, and they can do that for you as well. It's easy. It's rebath.com.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Tools Ace Hardware is now carrying Steel zero-turn mowers. Steel already recognized as one of the top brands in outdoor power equipment, and now
now they're offering the best in zero-turn mowers. From homeowner to professional, Steel has the perfect zero-turn mower for your landscaping needs. Get 0% financing plus instant rebates on select Steel mowers. And don't forget, Tools Ace Hardware has trained technicians in their stores to service and repair your Steel equipment. Steel zero-turn mowers are available at 11 Tools Ace Hardware locations that sell Steel outdoor power equipment. Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com. I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office, Orlando.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Planning a trip to Orlando? Don't forget to visit Cocoa Beach, Orlando's closest beach. With its legendary beach vibes, sunny shores, and entertainment options, Cocoa Beach is a must-see on your to-do list. Ride the waves, stroll the iconic pier, watch a beautiful sunset, or just kick back with your toes in the sand. Add a little salt water to your Sunshine State adventure at Cocoa Beach, Orlando's closest beach. Learn more at legendarycocobeach.com. That's legendarycocobeach.com.
Life is full of uncertainties, but finding the right lawyer shouldn't be one of them. At TK Law, we believe divorce doesn't have to tear your family apart. Our collaboratively trained attorneys work to help guide you through the process with solutions that protect what matters most: your family, your future, and your peace of mind. With the right guidance, you can move forward with confidence. Find a lawyer that truly cares. Visit onefirmforlife.com to learn more about your options today. TK Law, one firm for life.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
I lived on a commercial salmon fishing boat in Alaska, and I genuinely think that was the first time I've ever felt myself kind of like slipping mentally. I think Alaska does weird things to people.
If you're interested in hearing anonymous callers like this tell stories from their lives, check out my podcast, Therapy Gecko. You can listen to Therapy Gecko on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Therapy Gecko and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese. Radio. Radio.
104.1. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
What it do, Corker?
Oh, there he is.
You know who?
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite tea bag in the villages.
Oh, Lord.
Today we raise a beer to National High Heel Day. While I look good wearing them, they honestly hurt my feet. I don't know how you women pull it off. Have a good show, y'all.
Boom. It's hard. It hurts.
I would pay almost anything to see you in a pair of heels.
Oh, man, you've never fan kicked in one of those things. You've never lived.
Oh, I've done everything in heels.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Ruined a couple headliners. Anyway, win, by the way, is your 3 o'clock keyword, WIN. Just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Those things are expensive, by the way, headliners.
Yeah, they are.
Be very careful.
That's why you're an amateur. But that's okay. Keep talking.
Seats are too high. Hey, anyway, I'm Jim. There's Jack. Let's get some news. Here's Deb.
It's time for JCS News.
Do it.
Wow. Does this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
And as always, JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. A group of New Orleans prison escapees remain on the run days after breaking out of the county lockup. New Orleans Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick says they believe the 6 jail escapees are still hiding in the city. So what are they going to do with them next?
They are going to be sent to a state penitentiary.
Oh, yeah, where it's much nicer.
Oh, yeah.
She says it was an inside job. One maintenance worker has been arrested. Sterling Williams allegedly turned off the water to the cell where the inmates were housed, allowing them to rip out a toilet and tear a hole in the wall. 4 other jail workers have been suspended. The manhunt continues for the remaining. All right, 3 Palm Beach County sheriff's deputies who died in the line of duty are the first to receive a posthumous honor. President Trump at the White House yesterday awarded Corporal Luis Paez, Deputy Ignacio Dan Diaz, and Deputy Ralph Butch Waller with the first ever Medals of Sacrifice.
The 3 officers we recognize today were close friends. They were really close friends and colleagues, and together they dedicated their lives to protecting the people of Palm Beach County and well beyond.
The deputies were killed when a car slammed into the motor unit crew while they were doing detail along the shoulder of a busy roadway just days before Thanksgiving last year. They had also served in presidential motorcades during Trump's first term. For those who don't know, the Medal of Sacrifice is a newly created honor for first responders who die in the line of duty.
Yeah. Hey, you said the prisoners broke out of a county jail?
I believe, yeah.
Yeah, so you know Angola is in Louisiana.
Oh.
One of the top 10 worst prisons in the U.S.
And I have a feeling they're preparing their cells as we speak.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a hellhole.
Oh.
I have a small inkling.
Don't you have just a small feeling?
Some new residents coming soon.
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. Hey, look, boys. What is it, fresh fish? All right, back here in Florida, this is a follow-up. We've been following this story since it broke on Sunday, and we covered it on Monday. But an 18-year-old is now accused of first-degree murder for the death of an 81-year-old man at an independent living facility in Bartow. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judge says Moses Ojeda stabbed the victim more than 100 times, claiming voices told him to kill.
When we asked him during the interview, he confessed why he stabbed him 113 times. He said the knife wasn't very sharp.
This is the kind of person that nightmares are creative, because Judd says Ojeda's mother was afraid of her own son, and she told facility workers to, quote, hide the knives, end quote. Judge says they did. But Ojeda found them anyway. I think he'd moved into this place like the day before.
I think it was the day before.
He had no beef with this guy. He actually described him as a really nice guy.
Yep.
The victim was stabbed to death Saturday night, but workers didn't discover his body until he failed to show up for lunch on Sunday. Judge says Ojeda has been Baker acted 6 times, and he's only 18.
Why was that guy in population with anybody? I heard he wiped the knife clean and went and put it back where it was supposed to be.
Yep, and then put his clothes in the hamper. I mean, when detectives arrived, that was why, if you remember us covering the story, it was like, why can't they figure anything out? If there's been a violent death of an 81-year-old in a group home, but now when you realize everything this kid went through to hide his crime, I mean, he again described the old guy as nice, didn't have any beef with him.
He said he was going to die anyway. So
said he was going to die anyway, and that's why he killed him. It's 81. He's going to die anyway.
And by the way, weren't there supposed to be 4 people in that room, or 4 people to a room in that facility?
I don't know about 4 people to a room, but I do know that there were 4 people, I believe, who were living in that home.
Got it. Okay,
but Ojeda and the victim were roommates in one of the rooms.
Got it. Okay, perfect.
All right. In other news, Governor DeSantis says Florida is prepared for this hurricane season, but hopes we get a reprieve, especially on the West Coast, which saw 3 storms last year. Speaking in Tampa today, DeSantis made it clear that Florida will take care of itself if we do get hit by another major hurricane.
All the core things that I think people look to are locally and state executed. We assume that FEMA's not going to be there.
That's because a recent report found that FEMA is, quote, not ready, end quote, for hurricane season after being overhauled by the Trump administration. The former head of FEMA says it should decouple from Homeland Security as that agency is stretched thin handling the migrant situation. And again, Kristi Noem had a very testy meeting a couple of weeks ago where they told her, listen, the appropriated money that a bipartisan committee in Congress allotted for you, you're burning out. I mean, you've got 2 months of money left, and that's it.
Yeah, I know that they've some of the states have been destroyed by these hurricanes and floods. Have had a really difficult time finding federal help, and even Huckabee, Sarah Huckabee, who used to be his
press secretary,
begged for money to help Arkansas, and they would not relent. So maybe DeSantis is just kind of looking down the road and realizing that if something happens, they might as well make the statement now because they know federally they're probably not going to get a lot of help.
Exactly. And meteorologists are seeing the first tropical wave of the year. It was spotted moving west off the coast of Africa today, 11 days before the official start of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season.
Turn around.
I'm right there with you, Jack. Now, here's the good news. Although the area of low pressure is trying to organize into a system, forecasters just don't expect that to happen. They say it is so dry and dusty that dry, dusty air is going to keep it calm. They'll continue to monitor the tropics for potential developments, but the Hurricane Center says no tropical cyclone activity is expected in the next 7 days.
It just ended.
It feels that way.
Finished hurricane season.
It feels that way.
I don't like it.
I agree with that sound.
I do too. The Florida Public Service Commission held a hearing today to examine storm protection plans for each of the state's energy companies with hurricane season literally around the corner. Duke Energy's Matt Bernier says the hardening plans for the last 3 years benefited customers after last year's storms.
Where we were impacted by hurricanes Debbie, Helene, and Milton, we lost 0 hardened structures. We saved over 300 million minutes of customer outage times, and we restored our service to 95% of our customers in 1, 3, and 4 days, respectively.
Now, in case you didn't know, utilities must submit an updated plan every 3 years outlining their storm hardening programs to reduce restoration costs and outage times after a storm. Also submitting plans for approval were FPL and TECO Energy. I have to say, this last hurricane season, I know the power outages, they're just never pleasant, but this time it just seemed like it didn't take as long as we really feared.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I thought they really did a really good job. All right, the state must take more steps to protect manatees in Brevard and Volusia counties. That's what a federal judge ruled, that the Florida Department of Environmental Protection has to do more to ensure the safety of manatees in the Indian River Lagoon. The DEP has to stop new septic tanks from being built nearby, establish programs to check on manatees' health, and provide more food for them. The judge also ruled the DEP must provide quarterly updates. The ruling was made in response to a lawsuit from an environmental group called Bear Warriors United. And I wouldn't be surprised if Save the Manatee Club was in on that lawsuit as well.
Yeah.
All right. We know that we have the first new theme park opening in the country in over 25 years, and that means you're going to want to adjust your travel plans.
Yeah, I was thinking about this today.
I was
because
too.
I thought the opening was today for some reason. I got my dates mixed up, and I'm like, man, I wouldn't go within 20 miles of that place.
It is closed today for previews. They have 600 different media outlets from all over the world set up at Epic Universe today.
Yeah,
but
I heard Amy Kay's call with Sean and the guys yesterday. Their entire morning show is going to be out there, I guess, this morning broadcasting.
All week. They're going to be out there all week. Because, again, California's Adventureland, I believe, was the last major theme park to open.
Really? Yeah.
Do you realize Universal's Islands of Adventure opened like in 1999?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And I heard Sean and those guys talking about it, and I actually thought the last one was like Legoland or something. Like when it comes to theme park, that's what I thought it was. But I mean, I don't know how long ago. That was like, what, 10, 15 years ago?
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But the traffic that's expected from the opening of that new theme park, Universal's Epic Universe opening Thursday again. So tens of thousands of visitors and park employees are expected to arrive every day. So to ease traffic congestion, new roads were built along International Drive. Kirkman Road was extended. 2 bus lanes were added. Some residents, you're going to be shocked, they remain skeptical. One woman tells Wesh 2 it's going to be insane no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is going to be crazy.
It is going to be crazy.
And it's going to be crazy for a while.
For a damn long while.
Like, I think people are going to be coming from all over the planet, right, to go to this thing. I mean, it's like, it is a globally recognized event.
My daughter lives nearby. She finally got to go. She went on Sunday. And, and I'm like, I figured, okay, parking is going to cost her this and that. She Ubered there.
Oh, perfect.
I'm like, well, that was smart.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Super
the
smart.
best way to do it. Absolutely.
Well, props to you, kid.
Well, apparently, like some of the hotels on property that are kind of higher end, they're not cheap. They're somewhere like $745, $750 a night and almost sold out.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
They're going to be making money hand over fist. All right. As Seminole County commissioners, I like this idea. They're expected to vote today on an Uber-like transportation plan. It calls for replacing Lynx bus lines with a van system operated by Freebie Inc. The vans can transport passengers within designated zones for $2 to $3 per trip. Now, if approved, Freebie will launch a fleet of about 45 vans that'll be able to transport people at an affordable price.
Not bad.
Not
Nice.
bad at all. I like that idea.
Pick me up at my house, take me to the Sunrail station, and run that bitch on weekends and nights.
There you go,
boom.
Jack.
Score, and score.
We need you at the next city council meeting. All right, up in the northeast corner, drivers can start retrieving their burned out husk of a vehicle from the Jacksonville International Airport's burned parking garage tomorrow. Oh, yay. The airport announced it will call owners who registered their vehicle information online.
Rush down here and get the remnants of your Toyota.
Exactly.
We've got it in a box for you.
Now, actually, only cars in the undamaged section of the garage can be removed for now. Friday's fire damaged about 50 cars and shut down part of the garage, including the airport. The cause remains under investigation. Excuse me.
That's all right.
The man known to fans of Univision's El Gordo y la Flaca as Carlitos El Productor was clocked driving at a mere 118 miles per hour.
Wait, my very limited Spanish, that's not flattering.
No,
Gordo.
The
so
fat man and the skinny woman.
Okay.
That's the show. And then he was known as Carlitos El Productor. Oh, yeah, that's nothing. Many a time my mom has gotten off the plane and the first thing a family will say is, oh, wow, you've gotten fat.
Oh, wow, really?
There's no filter. There's no social filter. There's no personal space. If you're on an airplane going to Latin America, they're going to have arms over your chair. So Flaca y Gordo, that's nothing.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
All right,
Yeah.
very good.
Juan Espinosa is facing charges of DUI and child neglect without great bodily harm. A Brevard County Sheriff's deputy pulled him over on I-95, saying he smelled of alcohol at around 2 a.m. Sunday. Espinosa's wife was in the passenger seat, and a sleeping toddler was in the back of the vehicle. 2 sleeping children.
A 1-year-old and a 5-year-old is what I understood. He was going 118 miles per hour.
My
Hammered with 2 kids in the car.
But you have to have a license to drive, right?
Yes.
All right, speaking of that, it is Memorial Day, and AAA is trying to make sure Floridians do not make the choice of El Gordo y la Flaca, Carlitos. They want to make sure you get home safe this Memorial Day weekend, so the Auto Club once again is launching its Tow to Go program here in the Sunshine State as a way of keeping impaired drivers off the road. So it offers a confidential tow and ride within 10 miles, even for non-members. The free service will run from 6 p.m. Friday to 6 a.m. on Tuesday.
Very nice.
They truly say it is an option of last resort, but better that than getting on the roads.
Sure thing.
All right. You ready for some romance?
I love romance.
Do ya? Jack, do you love romance?
Jack will be the least romantic person in these rooms.
Oh, I don't.
Big fan.
I think this next story is going to make romantics out of us all.
Big fan.
Former NFL coach Bill Belichick.
Oh, talk to me. I'm so horny already.
Is reportedly engaged to his 24-year-old girlfriend,
He's
Jordan
engaged.
Hudson. The New York Times reports Hudson has told at least one person she's engaged to the 73-year-old. Belichick's relationship has been in the spotlight recently after Hudson interrupted an interview with CBS when Belichick was asked about how they met. We're not going to talk about that.
She shut that S down immediately,
And
dude.
never blinked while looking at the host try me.
She boss woman that scenario, like straight up. That's a woman protecting her lottery ticket.
Oh,
is what that
yes,
is.
that is.
That's a woman going, don't look at those numbers. Don't look at that. You don't need to know about that. That's not none of your business. You just asking about football and whatnot. You let me take care of them numbers.
Belichick is taking over as head coach of the University of North Carolina's football program this season and won 6 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. Hudson finished as second runner-up in the Miss Maine USA pageant.
It doesn't have the same effect, does it? One dude is the greatest coach of all time. The other chick, third in Maine. Literally, like the 5th smallest state. She can't even win it. You can pee across it, and she come in third.
Second, Jimmy. Second.
Okay,
No.
Oh, no.
You second runner-up.
That's right.
That's
Sorry.
right. That's third place.
Sorry, I was trying to give her dignity
well,
back.
You know, she doesn't need it. She's fine.
She doesn't want it.
Right.
All right, finally, a majority of Americans say they don't like which accent?
Man,
Boston.
The thing is, the South has dominated these things for a long time for some reason, and I was just, yesterday when I was writing trivia, Lainey Wilson, it was her birthday or something, that chick from Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And she's the country music artist. Have you ever heard her speak? It's almost German. It's so Southern. It is so Southern. It's not sexy to me. I'll go Southern.
Will you really?
Yeah.
No, you guys. A majority of Americans say they don't like New York accents.
New Yorker.
And what's interesting, Jimmy, is that same survey shows respondents are 256% more likely to trust someone with a Southern accent. Here's some New Yorkers telling you why.
I mean, I love my Southern people, but I mean, I don't know. We got some really good New Yorkers out here, I mean.
I believe it because they're nicer. They just say things nicer.
A survey.
You think South can be so South, it sounds German?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Play Lainey Wilson. It's so crazy.
I have some Lainey Wilson right here.
Hey, hi, boy. I'm from South Germany.
Well, a survey from Podcastle, that's an AI voice platform, reveals 60% of Americans say New Yorkers' accents are annoying. This is the part that I find fascinating. 45% of New Yorkers say, yeah, the accent is irritating.
Even they agree.
Even
they
they
can't
agree.
stand it. Yeah,
You're not wrong.
The same survey shows only 10% of people think folks with New York accents are trustworthy, while respondents saying, again, they're 256% more likely to trust someone with a Southern accent.
See, the trustworthy thing kind of changes the argument for me a little bit. Like, if you go to the sexy thing, but the Southern thing for trustworthiness, I would agree with 100%. It just seems more
think
genuine.
A Southern thing is sexy?
Oh, yeah, no.
No?
That doesn't do it for me.
Try the Midwest then, Oh, yeah, big fella.
Hotter.
Oh, no, that's Boston.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Now go park the car. And that concludes your JCS News.
407.
I think he's tired of the whammy bar. I don't know.
My finger got stuck.
I think he's trying to scare off a New Yorker.
In the whammy bar.
Oh, very nice.
We've all had that excuse.
All right, well, take a little break. Come back and I'll tell you the new Dorito chip flavor.
Whoa!
Yum.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast, and the heat is on today near record highs. A high of 96. Our record for the day, 97, set back in 1908. Tonight down to the mid-70s, and for tomorrow, our Wednesday, more of the same, highs reaching the mid-90s. Our next rain chance holding off until Thursday with a 30% chance for some afternoon showers and storms. Any storms could be on the strong side. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Cordell & Cordell.
Cordell & Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Office in Orlando, 866-323-7529. Joseph Cordell, partner. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Man, the real estate market is always changing, especially now more than ever, and the Nickley Group has an entire team of local market experts to guide you every single step of the way and help you decide when it might be the right time for you to buy or sell. And man, let me tell you, after meeting these guys, I can tell you 100%, they know this stuff inside out. If you're a seller here in Central Florida, you got to get with the Nickley Group. Look, man, it's just the numbers, just the math. On average, they get 6% more for their listings than their competitors. Guys, right off rip, that's like thousands of dollars more in your pocket. And then when you consider they do that in half the time as their competitors, it's like a no-brainer. And look, man, they have this VIP program. I will tell you, if you're part of this, it gets kind of crazy. Free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies. They even have an early access program. That's right, access to off-market properties before they hit the market to other buyers. And if you are a buyer for sure out there, you're going to get the Nickley Group. Their full service is getting you the house of your dreams. That's what they're all about. And let me tell you, they can also get you a guaranteed cash offer for your home. So if you don't want to deal with any of the real estate stuff, they have an option for you as well. No showings, no open houses, and you can close that deal in just 14 days. You can't beat them. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. As a credit union created for the military community, Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Looking to save some? Then contact Eustace Roofing. At their Memorial Day sale, you can save up to $2,000 on a full roof replacement now through May 31st. Ask for the premium roof package. Get a free estimate at eustaceroofing.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about: your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Do you love your kids? Send them to Crush Yard Summer Camp, where every day is packed with pickleball, ping pong, arcade games, crafts, cornhole, and more. It's active, creative, and tons of fun. Plus, lunch is included. More than just a camp, it's a summer full of new friends, confidence building, and unforgettable memories. With flexible scheduling and affordable pricing, it's easy to plan your summer your way. Spots are filling fast. Sign up now at crushyard.com/camps.
When disaster strikes, trust Paul Davis Restoration. Look, emergencies can happen anytime, leaving your property in disarray without warning. Whether it's a fire, flood, mold, or storm damage, the remediation and restoration experts at Paul Davis are here to help. With 24/7 emergency service availability and a 30-minute response window, we can confidently bring fast, practical solutions to residential and commercial property owners. If your home or business has been damaged by fire, water, or storm, call Paul Davis Restoration, here to help 24/7, 407-629-6700 or orlando.pauldavis.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Boom, boom.
Hey, Reese Barr here. You may know me from Curb Your Enthusiasm, Hacks, Friends, or Star Trek, or a million other shows. I'm at the Orlando Fringe with my award-winning solo show, Stories from the Brink, my festive near-death adventures. It's a wild ride from all this crazy crap that I experienced across the globe. It's at the Green Venue, Orlando Family Stages. Visit www.irisbahr.com for more info.
Nice. Was she in all that stuff she just mentioned? Is that the deal?
Yeah, she was. I went to her website.
Damn.
And it was an episode of Hacks that I've seen, and I'm like, oh, she was a nurse, but she was playing a character. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, a lot of great talent out at the Fringe. And get your tickets, obviously, orlandofringe.org. Find out all those great shows. And, of course, if you're a Fringe player, you could do exactly what she did. Leave us a talk back promoting your program and get some more people in those seats. That's what we're here for. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
When is your 3 o'clock keyword? We'll have a fresh one at the top of the hour for you, WIN. Just slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. We had a heated Doritos debate a couple weeks ago. Would you guys agree? Remember that one you guys were wrong?
No, I don't remember that one.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I was telling you guys, and you should just understand that when I tell you you're wrong, you're wrong. You were wrong.
We understand you believe that.
About so many things.
So many.
So many things.
So many.
Doritos.
So few days.
Too many.
Doritos is on one, guys.
Most things.
On one. Now, of course, they even say here that nacho cheese is a forever staple.
Of course.
Yes.
In Doritos and in the snack world.
Not my favorite, but I can't argue with it.
Now, they added the sweet and tangy golden sriracha that I think is a trash product.
You mean the sweet chili Thai?
No, that's a different one.
That's a different
This
one.
one is golden sriracha, and it's also bad.
Yeah, that's the one.
That we
the bag
tried.
is gold.
That we tried.
Yes.
Except it's from Iowa.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ate
that's
the
like
whole
pancake.
damn thing.
Now, I haven't had the flaming hot Korean-style barbecue Dorito, but I would
have not had that yet.
I would be so down.
I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you. Are they in the machine?
No idea.
God, if they did, I'd go get one now.
I was going to go to Aldi and see.
It's a It's a jalapeno popper inspired chip. So the jalapeno popper is where it's a jalapenos, cream cheese, and then you wrap bacon around it.
Yeah,
it's that thing. Not exciting for you, huh? You're not a big popper fan?
I just played, right?
Yeah. No, what? Also, they brought back the guacamole flavor tortilla chips, which is after a 20-year hiatus, but they've added another one, right? So this is coming out. They're saying this is going to be the Doritos Summer of the Year with this new brand. Now, to be honest with you, it doesn't sound all that exciting for me, but I mean, apparently it's supposed to be pretty darn good. It says, now Fritos has already done this. Fritos has already released this flavor. It's a zesty flavor, and it says they're headed for the stores just in time for summer. So I'm guessing in the next month or so, you're gonna see. Look, I'm not even gonna make a guess because here's the thing: you're
not chili.
You're not gonna get You ready?
I like those Cheeto, those spiral Fritos.
Oh,
good time, right?
Dude, those things are great.
Time.
Oh, I love Fritos.
Those things are great. So hold up.
I love Fritos.
Have you guys had Takis before?
I have.
Yeah, that's for kids.
Takis are for kids.
They're for children.
I don't.
Like
Yeah.
the super spicy ones are really good, Jack. How can you say they're for kids? It's like a rolled up Dorito. That's literally all it is.
There's too much of them.
Oh God Almighty!
Yeah,
I go to
like-
this. They take up too much shelf space.
And I
I don't
prefer
like it.
sriracha to tahini.
Oh yeah, that's the one exactly because it's
Yeah.
got a little tang and a little spice to it.
Yeah.
Remember,
I don't mind the spice.
Our guy from Bimbo.
Yes.
For years ago, they distributed Takis, and they were one of the only people in town that would do it at first. So I remember when we were working with Beanbo Bakeries, doing charity events and stuff, they were providing like
Zoot on it.
Right, exactly. Food for that, rolls and stuff. We helped them roll out this Artisano roll from them, and he gave me Takis, and he gave me the spicy Takis. He looked at me and goes, "Be careful with those things, dog." As if it was a loaded cocked gun. Be careful. But they were good, and I have to tell you, after about maybe 8 or 10 of those things, it kind of gets on you a little bit. The new flavor from Doritos that's supposed to hit the shelves this summer is the Doritos Twisted Queso.
All right.
See, I told you I was going to. I told you were going to be excited.
Well, I'm leaning in.
All right. It's following in their footsteps with zesty queso-style chip of its own.
Okay.
Let's see. It says cheesy taste of your queso dip along with jalapeno flavor with a subtle kick of heat. So basically, anytime you go to a Mexican restaurant and you get the queso that has the chopped up jalapenos in there, Doritos is turning that into a chip.
Let's get a bag. I'm hungry.
Did you not eat?
Did I?
That's like the third.
I know I ate.
Okay,
I ate. I ate.
It says somebody who had them said it tastes like Cool Ranch and queso. If you dipped a Cool Ranch in the cheese sauce, that's what it tastes like.
Jack, you had them. As soon as you mentioned Cool Ranch, you had Jack right there.
Yeah. Jack's a Cool Ranch guy, and I don't get it.
I like them. I haven't had Cool Ranch in years, but I think it's better than the nacho cheese.
And man, I got to tell you. Man, Doritos are expensive. How much is a 9-ounce bag, which would be the bigger bag?
Now we're getting into the realm of why I don't eat them.
Yeah. Do you know, it's so crazy. Like, it's $6.30 for a 9-ounce bag of Doritos. Dude, you know how, that is literally like 10 cut up tortillas, corn tortillas. Like when you take 10 of them, you cut them, that's 40 chips. Because you can make them at home. We fry them at home and make them all the time. Like when we're having a party over to make our own chips, we just cut the corn tortilla up and then fry them and then flavor them ourselves.
I don't believe that's a thing.
Oh yeah, it is a thing.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, dude, it's quite a thing. We do it all the time, and then we make fresh queso and stuff like that. That's when we're having fancy parties, Jack. That's not an everyday party. That's like a Super Bowl party. But even the small bag is like $2.70. That seems expensive, man, for some damn corn chips.
It is, but sometimes you have to indulge.
It says you have to get those for the road for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. You say you have some breaking news?
Yes, and I believe this is someone back on the Monsters you had an experience with, and it is the actor known as George Wendt.
Oh, Norm Wendt. George Wendt, who played
Norm
from Cheers.
on Cheers, died at the age of 76 today.
Did he really?
Yes.
Did it just happen?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I had the most unbelievably odd encounter with George Wendt when we first started radio. Now, I've told the story before, but we got in with Disney out there when Disney was doing those parades where they would bring in a celebrity like Pat Morita, who played Mr. Miyagi in the Karate Kid movies, Alex Trebek, Weird Al,
Henry Winkler.
So
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel. They would invite these people to come ride in the parade.
Yeah, they'd be the marshal.
They would be the marshal, right? And then they would put them up for a week and treat them like kings. And we got asked to come out and do interviews to help promote them being out there. And George Wendt was one of the people who came out. And I remember we're setting up. We can't be more excited. I mean, Cheers is, had just gone off the air. I think he had just signed his deal to do his new show called, I think, George's Garage or something like that, where he owned a garage and he was like a mechanic or something. And they'd written a pilot for him to kind of use that Cheers fame to kind of go off and do another show and hopefully catch fire again. And we were just about to go into the studio. And dude, I'm telling you, I don't think Cheers had been off the air 8 months. Like it was still kind of hovering in the air, the vibe of Cheers. And I remember we're in the studio, we're getting set up. They were about to bring George in to talk to us, which was a good long interview. It was like a 30-minute space we had with him, which was really kind of unheard of at the time. And right before he walks in, his publicist pokes his head in and says, "Oh, by the way, no questions about Cheers." And I said, and I remember as the one that would speak up at the time, I remember going, "Well, what the F are we going to ask him then?" And I said it just like that in Disney Studios because I was super pissed off. Russ was completely blindsided. He didn't have any idea what was going on because we had been completely blindsided. They turned in and said that, and I was like, what the hell? What are we going to ask him about? His new show hadn't even aired yet. Like they literally were talking about the pilot they were filming. Like nothing. And he turned out being a super nice guy, almost kind of oddly shy. Like he just kind of got led around and just, hey, George, talk to these people about TV.
Right.
And then he would do it. But he was a really unique, nice guy, though.
George starred as Norm Peterson in how many episodes of Cheers?
9 seasons, 1090. I'll go 170.
He starred in all 275 episodes of Cheers.
Damn, really?
Every one
He's got to be one of the only cast members that was in every show then. Because, I mean, he and Cliff Clavin, which is...
Ratzenberger,
right? John Ratzenberger. They were like the Muppet old men of this show.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they sat at the bar and they were half the laughs. I thought they were the funniest part of the program.
And Ratzenberger tells it he kind of created that character when he had to pitch. Do you have a know-it-all?
Yeah,
he's like, I can be the know-it-all.
All right, God rest his soul, man.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
George Wendt passes.
Yeah, there you go. All right, 407-916-1041. What'd you do that's new is next?
The Orlando Fringe is happening now, and we want to give Fringe performers a chance to promote their shows using the Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app during the Jim Colbert Show. 30 seconds of radio time to tell the world why they should come see your show. Get details at realradio.fm/Fringe.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a disabled truck off to the shoulder on Florida's Turnpike northbound before I-4. An accident's reported where World Center Drive meets State Road 535. An accident's on Conroy Road where it meets Kirkman Road. Traffic starting to pile up in your usual areas on the major roadways. There's stop-and-go traffic on the Turnpike southbound near that Osceola Parkway exit there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Cordell and Cordell.
Cordell and Cordell, Divorce and Family Law. Office in Orlando, 866-323-7529. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here with my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Man, these guys are like heroes, man. For years in Miami, they did this life scan. They brought it up to Orlando, not really knowing how it was going to go. They got with us. We started spreading the word, and Judy will tell you they have killed it over there, man. It really is an amazing service. 400 plus lives have been saved, and numerous other lives have been altered simply with the information that they need to go to the doctor and take care of themselves. And man, this is the most proactive thing you can do for your long-term health. Please, guys, look, with this knowledge and technology out there, don't be reactive. Don't wait until there's a symptom with your health. Get in front of it with this scan from Life Imaging FLA and be proactive. Find out and then take that information to your primary care doctor, and you guys build that plan to make sure you're around for many Christmases and Thanksgivings and graduations and Easters and Mother's Days. It's all available. Don't wait. Just do what I did, do what my wife did, what our in-laws did. Get this free heart scan, just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening as well, because it's certainly the truth. Early detection saves lives. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's how you make your appointment. Just 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that call today and make 2025 the year you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a text message from iHeartMedia.
Real Radio wants to party with you. Kind of what we do. At the 18th Annual Hurricane Party Music Festival, presented by Kona Brewing Company, Saturday, May 31st in downtown Sanford. Featuring 25 bands, including Mad Caddies, the Supervillains, Big D and the Kids Table, Buck 09, The Pilfers, and more. General admission and VIP tickets are available. Head to realradio.fm/hurricane for details. That's realradio.fm/hurricane.
It's not even summer yet, and we're already cranking up the heat. Daytime highs in the upper 90s. Well, keep that AC inside and the heat and humidity outside by replacing your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact Windows and Doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Rick says all of the personnel involved with my project were professional and courteous. Renewal by Andersen's Window of Opportunity Savings Event is going on now. Buy 2 windows or patio doors, get the third 60% off, plus 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Renewal by Andersen today for your free design consultation. It's simple. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. That's pound 250. Say the keyword best windows and be connected in seconds. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France radio message. Craving an unforgettable destination where culture, history, architecture, romance, and the excellence of French gastronomy all meet? With Air France, Paris and all its delights have never been closer. From May 21st, make the most of our new Orlando International Airport nonstop flights to Paris. Elegance is a journey. Air France. See conditions on airfrance.us.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Warmer temperatures are already here. Don't get caught sweating. For a limited time, AirProsUSA.com is offering an AC tune-up for just $79 and avoid breakdowns. That's right, only $79. Count on the pros at AirPros USA to ensure your system runs at peak performance. Book your $79 AC tune-up today. Visit AirProsUSA.com. That's AirProsUSA.com.
Limited time offer. Can't be combined with other offers. License number CAC 1822083, CFC 053314, EC 1301093.
This summer, escape to a place where history echoes through the streets, where epic beaches embrace breathtaking sunrises, and days are filled with adventures. From the historic charm of Old St. Augustine to 42 miles of scenic coastline in Ponte Vedra and the beaches, every moment brings a perfect blend of exhilaration and rejuvenation. Start your summer getaway now at floridashistoriccoast.com.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY, H-A-P-P-Y, HAPPY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jack, I always like correcting Jimmy when he's wrong, but it's very rare that I have to correct you. That was not
because he's so smart. Yeah.
That was not a recording of Lainey Wilson. Unfortunately, that was a secret phone conversation between South Carolina Governor McMaster's to Senator Lindsey Graham. I just wanted to, let you know.
No, hold on now, really?
Be quiet, boy. I'm from South Germany.
And I'm Lindsey Graham. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 4 o'clock keyword is happy, Happy. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000, guys. Happy. That is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win for sure.
Yeah, we do.
I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Let's do What'd You Do That's New.
What'd you do that's new? What'd you do that's new? Hey! If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Offices right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Clausman. We will talk to Glenn on Thursday for Colbert Court. Until then, we'll do What'd You Do That's New every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. For the entirety of the program, one member of the show will choose something for the other members to watch, read, or listen to. We will do that. And then reconvene and talk about it. Kind of find out what we liked, what we didn't like, and then move on to the next suggestion. This week, the next suggestion will come from you guys because we put a post up on gym members and asked you for your suggestions of what you think would be cool for us to check out and talk about on the show for What'd You Do That's New. It's up there now, and we'll find out who we're going to choose later. Jack, what'd you have for us to stay?
So this coincided with news a couple weeks ago that the delay of a much awaited game by many in the gaming community, Grand Theft Auto 6, was going to be delayed until May of next year. The next day, they released a new trailer. So I was definitely consuming that on my YouTube feed, which also kind of stirred up the algorithm to feed me other things about Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar Games. Rockstar Games is the company that makes Grand Theft Auto and also Red Dead Redemption. I have two favorite game makers. It's Bethesda and it's Rockstar Games. The 4 games I like best come from those two companies.
Oh, nice.
So I was definitely interested in the origin story for Rockstar Games, and it was a little longer than I would have liked. I do appreciate the time you guys have to put in. Jim, I felt just on a gaming aspect, because you being a gamer now, you would definitely appreciate it. But
he's been on a digital horse once, Jack.
Yeah. But I believe from a pop culture perspective, Deb could have some appreciation of it. So that's what it was, a kind of a behind the scenes of the phenomenon known as Rockstar Games and Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, the funny thing is I didn't realize how far this went back.
I didn't either.
That was the shocking part to me is, because time, as you, especially doing this for a while, every day kind of blends into the next day. And I think most people out there can say that, that time thing is so bizarre, especially if you have a family, because, next thing you know, it's 10 years later.
Right.
To realize this thing started in 98, like the idea of this starting in 98 is mind-blowing. Like, it is mind-blowing that it's been around that long. And the funny thing is, as I started watching it, because when I, work on the Monsters, Daniel was on that show, Carlos was on that show, Tom Van was on that show. They were all kids. They were literally kids. They were all in their late teens, early 20s, and they were like into this. So I was inundated with Grand Theft Auto stuff from the very beginning of this. And the other thing is I didn't realize the first iteration of this was so rudimentary. Like, it only had that one view. I always thought from the very beginning that it started out and it was like kind of the 3D thing, kind of like the version you see now, just maybe not as defined with the graphics and everything. And I didn't realize it was basically like a Minecraft almost when it first began. It was very basic, but a painfully interesting story. A really interesting business to show you how one small decision can really alter your entire business plan and how that could really almost upend something when you get that little too much greed going, when they tried to force that one part in. I thought it was fascinating. What'd you think?
I thought it was fascinating as well. I mean, when you find out that they made $1 billion in 3 days. And what was so interesting was from the first to the second iteration of Grand Theft Auto, the first game sold 1 million titles or 1 million games. The second one, 2 million games. And then the third one, it's like 256 million games. They kept outdoing themselves. And what was so interesting is that before watching this, you would believe that to become a successful video game designer, you would have to have coding, programming. You'd have to have some of that.
Right.
These guys didn't have any of that. One of them had a master's degree in literature from Oxford.
Like
but
the farthest thing away from having like any technical degree at all.
But it turns out his element made it the most important because it's what gave it its storyline.
Yeah.
And then to find out that Rockstar Games single-handedly is the one that changed the video game industry forever by showing that it's really almost like a movie you get to walk and talk in, from the graphics and just, it was at times you had to try and find things that you knew made it a graphic animation because the animation was so lifelike. And at first I wondered why you suggested Rockstar. I figured it was then for Grand Theft Auto until I found out they made the digital game that you spent weeks searching for blueberries.
Yeah.
Red
Dead Redemption 2.
And I have
what
to tell
a
you,
cool looking game, though.
It's amazing.
I'm more intrigued right now about playing Red Dead Redemption than anything out there right now.
There's nothing else out there that lets you recreate the Wild West.
That looks fun to me. And the more I watched about that Red Dead, I'm like, I'm downloading that ish tonight.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to start playing that because I could get into that more than the fighting shooting games. It's not really into my thing. But
well, you're still fighting and shooting, but now you get to go hunt for blueberries.
But the idea of riding across the West or the wind on a horse by yourself, like that's kind of cool. That's immersive to me.
It is.
The shooting thing, like fantasy thing, that's not immersive to me. That's just like killing and pushing a button. I want to kind of feel something,
So it was Grand Theft Auto 3 that's the first time I played that and experienced that, and that's when I was experienced this open world environment, this digital playground, if you will, where you could do a mission or you could drive around or you could do that, and you had all these choices to be in this environment, and that's what hooked me. And so when 4 came out, I played that, wasn't as great, but 5 really brought it up to the next level.
And that's what they said in the video.
And you talk about the numbers, of course.
Yeah.
When they say this, it made $1 billion. It made more than all the movies and music combined.
It's crazy.
What's crazy though is they're spending $2 billion on Grand Theft Auto 6. So I mean, I was trying to think. Okay, so every time they've come out with this since the third, they have exceeded their own expectations. If they spent $2 billion making Grand Theft Auto 6, which will be set in Florida, what do you think they're possibly going to bring in? $6 billion?
Well, you think about what they invested to get to where they were before. So, I would think anywhere from 6 to 10, 8 to 10
but that
billion.
was what was so fascinating. Red Dead Redemption had nowhere near the budget, and yet it was still in the top 10 of all of their video games, whereas Grand Theft Auto was spending like 7 times what it took to make Red Dead Redemption 2. So I was shocked by the disparity, yet they still had, they enjoyed a lot of success.
Also, the copies they sold from 4 to 5 was bananas. Like they sold like 35 or 40 million of 4 or whatever, and I actually expected it to be way more than that. And then they said number 5, like GTA 5 sold literally 215 million copies or something. That is ridiculous, dude. That's literally like almost every person. Well, not every, but 2 out of 3 people in the U.S. having a copy of this.
Yeah, because it's also online. Then they created a financial incentive to keep purchasing and stuff. So they created a long-term revenue stream, which is why they can go 10 years without creating a new Grand Theft Auto game, because they are still collecting on the last one.
How good is this going to be? And this is the most hyped video game in the history of video games. Did you hear the workforce to make this? Did you remember that? 1,000 people working 7 years.
90 million
people working 7 years to make a video game.
Well, 90 million people checked out that trailer just like you did, Jack, breaking YouTube's own record for a non-song video. So I was just thinking, all right, well, if they invested $2 billion, obviously they're making good decisions, but how much more money are they going to make?
And then they get themselves in a little trouble because during the 4, they tried to put in this the hardcore sex thing, the second game.
Coffee.
Yeah, the hot coffee game, and then swore to the regulators that they didn't do it. Then the coders found it, and they did it. Then they put it in another part that was released for the PC. Then they got busted. Cost them $185 million in sales and fines.
Yep.
And all they had to do was not do that.
Yeah. I did that. That was all new to me. I did not know any of that. Yeah.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
On the console, you don't get the X part of it. It was the hackers and PC gamers that are like, oh, we can get into this.
Yeah, because the thing is, to omit the code would have been too difficult and would have caused bugs that would have slowed down the release. So what they did is they just masked the code. They hid it, basically. Well, you can't do that from geeks because they'll go in there and find it, which is exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Fascinating story. If you want to check it out, it's called The Controversial Rise of Rockstar Games, and it's on YouTube. And if you go to JimColbertLive.com, you can actually click right through to it and check it out. It's 45 minutes, but it's really, really interesting. You will not want to stop watching it.
Yeah.
Good job. We'll take a little break and come back and find out what we're going to do next week.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klausman, KLAUSMANLAW.com.
Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klausman, KlausmanLaw.com.
There's a truck off to the shoulder getting cleared up on Florida's Turnpike northbound before I-4. Keep an eye out for an earlier accident on Kirkman Road where it meets Conroy Road, an accident on World Center Drive near State Road 535. Traffic slowing down on I-4 before St. John's River Bridge. There's stop-and-go traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound approaching Osceola Parkway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Road trip? Let's go. But first, drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where our trained technicians only pour premium Valvoline oil for a quick and easy stay in your car oil change. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at FAS Exteriors. These guys are awesome. They've installed windows and doors in a couple of my homes here in Central Florida over the years, and man, do they do a good job. Just simply amazing craftsmanship, and what a choice of different styles of windows. You wouldn't think that would be that big of a deal, but man, is it. And they have you covered not only with quality, with design as well. And their expert team of window and door installers will make the entire project seamless from measurement all the way down to that final inspection. They've been doing it since 2005. No question, FAS has earned their spot as Orlando's top-rated window and door experts. Upgrade your home today with a team that delivers excellence. Just visit FASWD.com, and as always, trust the leader in windows and doors.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The Jeep brand has always stood for American freedom. And now we're standing with you with Employee Pricing Plus. Hurry into your Jeep brand dealer for details today and join the family. Jeep, there's only one. Offer valid on select 2024 and 2025 Jeep brand vehicles for non-FCA employees and retirees. $200 admin fee applies. Not all buyers will qualify. Restrictions apply. Does not apply to leases. Ends June 2nd, 2025. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Sunnyside Drains.
Water is backing up from my drains, and there's a nasty smell coming from them.
Ooh-wee, that is bad.
Wait, how are you smelling it too?
You should call someone about that.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Blech.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your drains are backed up, you need a highly skilled technician who's not afraid to get a little dirty. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Mornings are unpredictable, but West 2 News Sunrise can get your day started on the right track.
We have team coverage this morning
with breaking news and what's happening now.
Breaking this morning, investigators.
Central Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Central Florida is under a first warning severe weather warning day.
And up-to-the-minute traffic to simplify your morning commute.
Impacting traffic exiting at that ramp this morning.
Jason, Meredith, Sonica, Kellyanne, and Megan. West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
On the next Access Hollywood. We took the party to New York. Now we're delivering epic access in Orlando. Our exclusive with Howie Mandel. Wow! Access Hollywood. This is exciting. Then Adam Levine and Blake Shelton reunited. All the surprises from a star-studded voice finale. Plus,
The stakes couldn't be higher.
Only Access survived the General Hospital casting call or exclusive cameo inside the Nurses Ball.
Whoa, that felt good.
Hey, Mario Lopez here. Please join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
This Memorial Day, we take a moment to remember the brave men and women who gave their lives for our country, so we can live free. I'm Jeff Jr., CEO of Trajan Wealth and a Marine Corps veteran. My wife Brenda and I both served, and we actually met on a blind date at Camp Lejeune. Serving our country was an honor, but Memorial Day reminds us of those who gave everything. To the families who carry that loss, you have our deepest respect. To veterans, first responders, and the loved ones who support them, we salute you. As you enjoy the day with friends and family, we hope you'll also pause to reflect on the meaning behind it. If there's ever anything we at Trajan Wealth can do to support those of you who share our values, it would be our honor and privilege to help. Visit TrajanWealth.com to learn more. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Hey guys, not feeling like yourself? Visit Game Day Men's Health, one of the nation's largest men's health clinics, specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatments, medical weight loss, and shockwave therapy, with locations in Winter Park, Lake Mary, and downtown. They can create a customized game plan for you. Set up your free testosterone test and consultation. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Mention 104.1 and get a second service free when you buy one. Game Day Men's Health, helping men perform and feel their best.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com. iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Sail on with commercial-free weekends on Yacht Rock Radio. Roll down the windows for road trips with summer playlists like Summer Classics. Or just escape into a podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now. If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Okay, speaking of games, there's only one game left to make that would be probably the biggest game of all time, and that is Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat, Midway versus Capcom. The two biggest fighting franchise games of all time say they would never combine the two. It's 2025, and I do believe that it's time to make that game. It'll literally be the biggest game of all time.
Those are two older games, though. Street Fighter's like an arcade game, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was the one where they fight on a log?
That's one of them. Yeah, they had all different scenarios where you could fight.
Yeah, that was very popular at my very end of my arcade gaming days. The Street Fighter was a big deal.
Yeah. I think it was more of a street that they fought in.
Maybe so. Maybe it was something else I had.
Kind of leaned into the name
a little
there.
karate game. Thanks, Chuck. I appreciate that.
Log Fighter.
think that part of it was they fought on a log.
Yeah,
That's not pick the porn yet, you guys.
Yeah, it was one of the scenes, I think. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Happy is your 4 o'clock keyword. And I'll tell you something, we are waiting to confirm, but we think somebody in the 3 o'clock hour from this show is going to be very happy.
What?
We're waiting to confirm. Jack has to confirm it before we say anything, but as soon as we get word, maybe we'll spread some news that somebody from the Jim Colbert Show audience has gotten themselves a little lucky.
What?
Let's find out how it goes.
Let's go.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. And happy is your 4 o'clock keyword, HAPPY. Just do what that person did. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Yes.
I just wanted to confirm something. So we had someone text us at 77031 because, Jack, you had brought us the breaking news earlier about George Wendt from Cheers, right, who played Norm, who died today at age 76. Ironically, the day the last Cheers episode aired back in 1993 was May 20th, 1993 was the last Cheers episode.
Yeah, that's wild.
Isn't that? It was called One for the Road.
Wild. I don't even remember. Oh, that's right. They just walked off. Didn't they just walk into a room and it was over?
Woody embarks on his new life as city councilman. Norm embarks on his new life as civil servant as Woody pulled some strings to get him an accounting job at City Hall. Rebecca and Sam embark on their new relationships. This is from IMDb.
Wow.
May 20th, 1993.
I got to tell you, I don't remember a lot of those show endings. I remember the one I remember because it was so bad. But a lot of those sitcom shows, I just don't remember the ending of it all that well. The one, the ones that are famous is the Bob, the Newhart show from a long time ago.
That's famous for being one of the best.
Yeah, and then the Seinfeld show,
famous for being one of the
worst,
not as best.
Friends.
Friends. I don't even remember how Friends ended.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, they just all put down their apartment keys and walked out of.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd probably
the Central Perk.
Yeah. And then what was Cheers? I thought they just walked into a door and shut the door, or walked out and shut the door behind them, and then just kind of went dark. Sopranos is another one that's kind of divisive.
Yeah, and infamous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I mean, many of the episodes ended just on the door, the inside door of the bar.
Yeah.
Of Cheers. So it seems logical they would have ended that way, but it's really how they sew up those stories.
Yeah, 100%.
And how crazy that the one star that was on the show for every single episode dies today, the day the last episode aired.
And I
think Ted Danson probably was on every single one.
Yeah, he had to have been. Maybe, he would have been the other major player because a bunch of them left. Rhea Perlman, who was Danny DeVito's wife, she was the shorter, real sassy bartender, waitress, whatever. Shelley Long went on. Was it Shelley Long?
Yep.
She went on to do Hollywood. She did some movies, had a pretty good career.
The Money Pit.
I mean, Ted Danson had a great career in movies.
Kirstie Alley.
Movies and in television. Kirstie Alley did great.
Kirstie Alley came in to take over the female lead when Shelley Long left.
Yeah.
But Ted Danson was the constant.
Right, sure.
And George and Cliff.
And then I would say Ratzenberger. The funny thing is although you don't see him a lot, Ratzenberger has had a massive career in voiceover.
Yeah.
In Toy Story alone, he could have just done that and not even done one episode of Cheers and been fine.
Yeah.
And then Woody Harrelson turned out to be a major movie star.
Yep.
Dude, that show turned out some talent, dude. When you look at the other cast members of other shows, like even with Friends, I mean, who's the breakout star from Friends? It's not Aniston, is it?
Why not?
I mean, why? I think
it would be Courtney Cox.
She's done some movies, but
with the Scream franchise,
she has. But Aniston still has a bigger movie star pop tour, a bigger pop tour.
Office Party. Oh my God, that's so funny.
What's her biggest movie?
I think
Bad Bosses or Horrible Bosses. She was that. She did 2 episodes or 2 of those. She's done some rom-com stuff. I mean, she hasn't had like a blockbuster, serious drama movie. She always does these rom-com things.
I think the biggest rom-com drama blockbuster thing she did was marry Brad Pitt, and then that whole Angelina Jolie thing. That kind of elevated her.
You could make an argument for Matthew Perry being one of the bigger breakout stars from that. I mean, he had a pretty good movie career, dude, until he started drugging it up.
He did a couple.
I mean, the whole 9
movies
yards is brilliant.
They tried to do an Odd Couple. They brought back the Odd Couple with him in it, and it was supposed to be the other one, the dumb kid, Joey.
Yeah. The Tony Danza lookalike.
Yeah.
Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc. And Matt LeBlanc didn't do anything.
He's the one who got the first show after Friends, and I think it was called Joey.
Yeah.
But he's been in a couple things since then, and he was good in them.
What show's cast has had the biggest success afterwards? I mean, if you look at Cheers, Cheers had some. Those people went on to be like pretty major stars. Seinfeld didn't do anything. I guess Julia Louis-Dreyfus would have been the biggest breakout there because she actually went on to have another show called Veep and other stuff and did very well for herself. Costanza didn't do anything.
Adventures of Old Christine or something, but
Jason Alexander went to Broadway though, didn't he? He's kind of a stage guy.
Yep, but he's done a lot of TV stuff as well. He's been in movies.
Yeah,
I think you'd have to go back a little bit further. I think you'd have to go back to Bosom Buddies, which launched Tom Hanks.
Oh yeah,
and then Mork and Mindy with Robin Williams.
Yeah, but
what about
Days.
Happy Days?
Yeah, Happy Days, definitely.
But even with
Ron Howard and Henry Winkler.
But even with Mork and Mindy, he was the guy. Pam Dauber did a couple of things after that.
Yeah, but Robin Williams became
one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah.
Comedy and movies and everything.
And he launched from TV. It didn't normally happen that way.
So is the question who had a bigger career that started on television, or what show launched more stars, like more A-list stars?
Aniston definitely is the breakout. Some people are checking on the texting service right now. We're the Millers. That was a really funny movie. Have you seen that, Deborah? You would think that. You would love it.
I think I have, but I can't remember.
And the person we didn't even mention from Cheers had the biggest show after that, and that was Kelsey Grammer and Frasier.
Oh, that's right. I never even thought about that guy.
Yeah, that's right.
That guy had 2 big shows, didn't he?
That was huge. Frasier was huge in the 90s.
In Living Color, you had Jennifer Lopez, who started. Jim Carrey.
All of the David Allen Greer. Tommy Davidson actually had a pretty good career off that show.
If you do like a sketch comedy show, then you have to include Saturday Night Live, right?
That's true.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
You can't go back. Some of the biggest comedy stars that we've ever offered as a country came from that show, and Canada. By the way, Aniston still does that morning show thing, so she's still relevant and working all the time. I've just not seen an episode of it, but she's supposed to be doing that. Married with Children. Both those main characters and Christina Applegate went on to have big careers.
Yeah.
Hell, what's his face?
Exactly. The only one who didn't. Bud's the only one who didn't succeed.
He's the only one conning.
Exactly.
Yeah, because Al Bundy, the actor.
Ed O'Neill.
Love him.
That guy has had the kiss of God. Everything that dude gets to be a part of, it just turns out to be a massive hit.
Not everything. There was a show called John from Cincinnati, which I loved, and that was like a one and done season.
Oh, really? I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it was an HBO thing, and it was written by David Milch. It might have been an HBO, but David Milch, he's one of the creators and original writers for NYPD Blue.
Oh, yeah,
and also Deadwood.
Oh, wow.
Stuff. Yeah, he's just a really smart guy.
But, man, Ed O'Neill, what was the family show that he was on after that? The one that did so well?
Modern Family?
Modern Family was
huge.
10 years. And for a while, remember when that thing hit the Emmys?
Yeah.
Like, nobody else even went because it won every Emmy it was up for like 3-4 years.
It is so, if you ever...
I've never seen one episode. Not one episode.
It is so good the way they do. And it's kind of like, almost like the Seinfeld-esque, where you kind of have... In Seinfeld, sometimes it was 2 stories, sometimes 3 different stories that would intertwine and all kind of come together at the end. And it was similar to in Modern Family, how you had these concurrent storylines and, weaving in and out. So sometimes it would be, different members of the cast involved in one story, and it would all come together at the end and just...
I heard it was
very fun.
Heard the writing was great. Heard the characters were as good as it gets, and never saw one episode. And I love Ed O'Neill. I think he's like one of the best. His interview with Mark Maron is one of my favorite episodes of Mark Maron's WTF podcast. If you haven't heard it, I strongly suggest it. Ed O'Neill is all man, my man.
So Parks and
then
Rec...
Katie Seagal from that show goes on to do that biker show,
Sons of Anarchy,
and other stuff.
And she's done a bunch of things. Another one is Parks and Rec.
Oh my God!
30 Rock,
Aubrey Plaza, Chris Pratt.
30 Rock with Tina Fey, Alec Baldwin,
Mindy Kaling in that show as well.
Tracy Morgan.
Oh, The Office.
Yeah. Tracy Morgan, you're right.
Yeah.
God, man, it's crazy. These shows have gigantic casts, but Morgan never had like a movie career. Morgan's career has always been stand-up and television. And
you have not seen some of those Eddie Murphy movies that he's been in.
I've seen enough of Eddie Murphy. I've seen plenty of Eddie Murphy movies. By the way, what was the suggestion for the next week? For
They call me Dolomite. He's in that one with it. Yeah. Oh, suggestion for the next. So what'd you do that's new? This is the every fourth week we go to gym members on Facebook. It's the private group on Facebook, but we invite everyone to join, and a ghost will approve you. I don't know how it works, but it's gym members, JIM, gym members on Facebook. We pose the question there. People give us their suggestions, and we have come up with this one. It's a little shy of 13 minutes. It's available on YouTube, and it also the timing is nice because there's a new movie coming out on this same topic. But this is Formula One explained for rookies.
I love this.
Cool.
Yeah. Dude, F1 racing has
is
become
my favorite.
The new thing.
It has been for years.
Do you know how popular this is with young people now? I was like telling Jack during the break, my son, who I think is 28, I think is 28. I think my boy's 28. And my daughter's boyfriend, who's also in his mid-20s.
Yeah, but he's South African.
Yeah, he's South African.
So he's been exposed to F1 racing a lot longer than we have.
And then one of the other younger guys in our group, dude, they get up at they set alarms to get up at 2 or 3 in the morning to watch these being broadcast from Europe. When those F1 race, they're into it. They know all the racers, they know the cars, they know all the drama with those car drivers. And apparently, that's one of the new biggest things with young people in racing. They've forgotten NASCAR and all that other stuff. They're in F1 now. I mean, it's big news. When that thing came through Vegas, remember how big a news that is? When they go to Miami, giant news.
New movie coming out.
That's right.
F1. Anyway, thanks to and shout out to Alex Dowman. He made the suggestion in our gym members page on Facebook, and that's what we will review next Tuesday for What'd You Do That's New.
There you go. For sure, we'll do that. Thanks, guys. 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. The most popular junk food in every state? Well, stay tuned. I'll tell you what that is.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Late night, come home, work sucks, I know.
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. We've got a really hot, unrelenting setup here for the next week or so with a couple of chances of rain, but small chances at that. Today it'll be dry. We'll top out at 96, just 1 degree off from our record high of 97, set back way back in 1908. For Wednesday, more of the same, highs in the mid-90s. Then on Thursday, a chance for a couple of afternoon thunderstorms. Any storms could be strong. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Before you invite family and friends over for summer fun, treat yourself and your home to new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's custom-built, energy-efficient Acclaim Impact windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. Susan says, love my windows, great experience. Renewal by Andersen installers were on top of everything. They were very conscientious, knowledgeable, and kept the job site clean and tidy. Very happy and highly recommend this company. Renewal by Andersen's Window of Opportunity Savings event is going on now. Buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third 6% plus 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Renewal by Andersen today for your free design consultation. It's simple. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. That's pound 250. Say the keyword best windows and be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Your story has power, and it can help others feel less alone. This Mental Health Awareness Month, Mommy invites you to share a story of hope, resilience, or recovery. In every story, there's strength. Every experience helps break down stigma and remind someone they're not alone. Visit NAMI.org/MHAM to submit your story and be part of the conversation that's changing mental health. Together, we educate, we support, we advocate, we listen, we lead. NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Nickley Group. Look, man, are you in the real estate world right now? Maybe you're sitting on a house, you want to make that move finally get out from under that payment, or maybe just sell that house and cash out and you do what you really want to do, or maybe you're just in the market or want to upgrade or downgrade to a new house. Well, let me tell you, man, when you do this, when you make moves like this, you need a team that you know for a fact has you covered on both sides. That is the Nickley Group. These guys in Orlando, they're known as elite realtors for great reasons, by the way. Let's just talk about if you're selling your home. Well, that's your biggest asset. You want to make sure you cash out properly on that. You need a team that can maximize the value of your home. That is the Nickley Group. On average, they get about 6% more for their sales than their competitors. That's thousands of dollars. And even better, as if that's not enough, they get that twice as fast as their competitors. And if you are a buyer, nobody knows this market around here better than the Nickley Group. Yes, they can find you that house that checks all the boxes for everything you want. And it gets better because they do have a VIP program that includes free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies. They even have a love it or leave it guarantee. If you're not satisfied with your purchase within the first 12 months, they will relist your house for free. And it even gets better. If you don't want to deal with any of this, they even have an option for you there. It's their guaranteed cash offer. Just go to their website. Showings, no open houses, and you could close in as little as 14 days. You just can't beat them, guys. If you're in the real estate world right now, it's got to be with the Nickley Group. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. Since 1999, May has been designated as National Military Appreciation Month with its 5 military observances. It's a time to show appreciation for our troops and everything they do. Navy Federal has proudly served the military community for more than 90 years, and our employees are part of the community we serve. Many are military family members, reservists, or veterans themselves. Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Mornings are unpredictable. But West 2 News Sunrise can get your day started on the right track.
We have team coverage this morning
with breaking news and what's happening now.
Breaking this morning, investigators.
Central Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Central Florida is under a first warning severe weather warning day.
And up-to-the-minute traffic to simplify your morning commute.
Impacting traffic exiting at that ramp this morning.
Jason, Meredith, Sonica, Kellyanne, and Megan. West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
On the next Access Hollywood. We took the party to New York. Now we're delivering epic access in Orlando. Our exclusive with Howie Mandel. Wow! Access Hollywood. This is exciting. Then Adam Levine and Blake Shelton reunited. All the surprises from a star-studded voice finale. Plus,
the stakes couldn't be higher.
Only Access survived the General Hospital casting call. Our exclusive cameo inside the nurses' ball.
Whoa, that felt good.
Hey, Mario Lopez here. Please join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the start of summer 2025. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along with the adventure. Make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app in your phone today.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The future is bright. RC Hill here.
It's graduation season, but you can leave the cap and gown at home because this month I'm helping people graduate from their old ride. That's right, I'll help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. So if you're ready for a fresh start, then graduate from your old ride, and I'll pay you way over appraised value regardless of miles or condition. You can even drive the redesigned 2025 Outlander top safety picked and Yamaha sound system, or the new Mirage, 43 miles per gallon, lifetime warranty starting at only $15,900. Plus, here at RCO Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability. We'll work hard to help you find a car you love for only $1 down. So ditch your old ride like the last day of class and save up to $10,000. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars, SUVs, trucks, and sports cars, and rates as low as 0%. But hurry, pre-tariff prices won't last long. I'm RC Hill, DeLand, and Ocala. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $1 down requires bank approval. Trade value up to 120% KBB. Ends May 31st, 2025.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041, sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Step back in time to 1920s Manhattan and enter the hottest, liveliest nightclub in all of Harlem, Lenox Avenue, playing now at the Renaissance Theater Company near the corner of Orange and Princeton. Everyone is welcome, and we guarantee you will have a great time, leaving uplifted and entertained. 4 more shows between May 20th and May 25th. More information at orlandofringe.org.
How do we peel back the layers we've been hiding behind and find the courage to let ourselves be seen as who we truly are? Shedding Skin at the Orlando Fringe has performances May 22nd at 9:25 p.m. and May 23rd at 5:35 p.m. Shedding Skin tickets can be found at orlandofringe.org.
You've got 2 more chances to catch Liquid Sunshine at the Orlando Fringe Festival this Saturday or Sunday
Liquid
night.
Sunshine.
See you there.
See you there.
It's not a date, Jimmy.
I don't know. It sounds like she's kind of coming on to me a little bit.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm from Melbourne. I just want 1,000.
Remix.
That's for listening to We Say What We Want for Orlando.
Here you go, William. Bring it
Hi,
home.
I'm William, and I'm from Melbourne. I just won $1,000 for listening to Real Radio 104.1.
There's your 3 o'clock winner right there.
Thank you. You too.
Very nice. Love that, William. Congrats, man. I love getting it over there in Melbourne, man.
Absolutely.
We got to do something in Melbourne soon. Every time we go out and do something, we're like, I'm in Melbourne. Where are you guys coming over? I'm like,
how about I'm there, every Columbus Day weekend for the Surf Festival.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
NKF Surf Fest. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in. And congratulations, William, for that $1,000. We told you.
buddy.
We're giving it away, man. 2 winners yesterday back-to-back, and then we have a winner this afternoon.
18. We could be closing in on 20 winners before the end of this contest.
What's our record, by the way? What's the most we've ever done in one of these cycles, Jack? Do you know? Have we broken 20 before? I think we have, haven't we?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Upper teens. We've done the upper teens thing. So we're at 18 now.
Oh, yeah. Very
We've
nice.
done the upper teens.
Yeah, legal, by the way.
Yeah.
You kept saying upper teens, and he said 18. That's legal, by the way.
Yeah.
We need to make sure everybody understands that. We're not talking upper teens like 16, 17. 18's legal.
And I keep saying we've done the upper teens.
Right, come on.
yeah.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Let's keep that going. Happy, by the way, is your 4 o'clock keyword. You do have about 5 minutes to get over there and get involved. And then, of course, we'll have a fresh one for you at the top of the hour.
Freshie.
Okay, so Channel 6 had this today at clickorlando.com, the most popular junk food by state. Now, what happens with these polls sometimes when they do these things, they're kind of interesting. They do list like all the junk food that they consider like junk food. And then they go by states. What happens is a lot of the states have the same kind, they think the same thing. So first things first, what do you think the number one junk food is?
Is this like prepared food
candy bar?
or
it's so
bagged?
funny. That's exactly what I thought. So they actually consider even fast food junk food. I thought it was like chips, candy bars, snacks, Doritos.
Then I'm going French fries, number one junk food. That's just mine.
Burgers.
French fries comes in with 5%.
Oh, wow.
Burgers comes in at 6%. Burgers is the fourth most popular.
Pizza.
Pizza is by far.
Pizza. Come on, Jack.
Pizza by far is the number one junk food in America. At 11% of the country consider that the best junk food out there. What do you think number two is?
I'm insulted, by the way, that you do pizza, you don't besmirch it by calling it junk food.
I kind of agree with that, Jack. I was like,
yeah, go to Italy and call it a junk food.
They have fried chicken on here as junk food. That's just food. Like, okay, it's not good for you by any means, but it's not junk food. It doesn't come in a wrapper.
How rude.
Then I'm going to say the number two has to be ice cream.
Number two is ice cream.
Is it?
Good job, man. You're killing it. Number three is like chocolate bars or candy bars, hamburgers, fried chicken. Number five.
Wait, fried chicken came in before hamburgers?
Fried chicken's after hamburgers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, excuse me. Yeah, fried chicken's number 5. Beer's number 6. Beer beat chips. I'm proud of that. I tell you, I'm proud of that. That's a change in America right there that I need to be a part of.
It is a weird list.
Yeah.
It is a weird
French
list.
fries come in like 8th.
What?
Which I thought fries would be way up there. But the thing is with fries, you almost only always get fries with a burger or sandwich.
That's true.
So you rarely go and buy fries alone.
Plus, they didn't specify. Are we talking
Right.
curly? Are we talking
Right.
crinkle? Are we talking McDonald's fries?
And the one that
or the worst one, the wedges.
If I wanted a baked potato, I'd order a baked potato.
Thank you.
The one that kind of kills me that was low down on the list, again, 5%, but comes in at like number 8 was soda. Man, I thought soda would be in the top 5 up there.
I thought it would beat beer.
All right, so Jack, I will go to we'll go to your home state of New Jersey.
Let's go.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be much of a
pizza.
It's pizza right off rip.
Yeah.
Pizza's like most of America likes pizza. What do you think Wisconsin is, Deb?
Cheese.
It's pizza.
Is it?
Yeah, well, I mean, cheese pizza. Yeah,
that's true.
And what do you think Florida's is?
It's not pizza.
It's pizza.
Is it?
Yeah, there are really only a few states like Alabama's chocolate, Arkansas is chocolate, Connecticut is hot dogs, which didn't make the list. Georgia is ice cream. Let's see. God, it doesn't change a lot. Mississippi is fried chicken.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Fried chicken from Mississippi. Nevada's hamburgers. Let's see where somebody goes crazy over here. That's pretty much
hungry now.
Yeah.
Between this and the chips talk.
2 of them are different. Utah, it's candy, and Wyoming, it's tied. Donuts and fried chicken.
That's a good time, right?
That's right.
There.
Donuts and fried chicken is a damn good time. Yeah, because they make one of those Nashville chicken hot sandwiches, and they put it between a donut. So you get that hot spicy, and then you get that crispy sweet. Why are you laughing, Jack? Are you mocking it?
Yes, I am.
It's like you're begging for a heart
Eat
attack.
it on your way to the funeral home. I mean,
yeah, just stop at Popeyes, get a spicy chicken, put it between 2 Krispy Kremes.
Look, let me tell you something. You guys can rag on that all you want.
Oh, the sweet and the savory.
Have you ever had it? Have you ever had a donut burger? One of those Krispy Kreme burgers?
No.
Don't do it then. Do not do it.
Okay.
Don't eat one. You will never stop eating them. It is one of the. It is. I remember mocking it openly, as I do occasionally.
I don't remember you ever doing that.
No, just anything in general, right? So
that was facetious.
I mocked the cheese on the apple pie.
Right.
I mocked this burger donut thing, and I was relentless, because I'm a chef, because I know how to cook good food. And I'm mocking it, and I'm mocking it. I'm like, they're like, take a bite. And I took a bite, and I'm like, God almighty damn. Who thought of that? What mad scientist went into a lab and thought, I'll put beef on a
That wasn't a scientist, Jimmy. That was a stoner.
On a Krispy Kreme donut and have it be absolutely flawless.
That was someone that took a really strong gummy and was looking for something new to eat.
So good. It's so funny that wine is on this list as junk food. Like, what state just tunes in? It's wine for me, dog.
I guess for them, it's healthy food and everything else is junk food.
Exactly.
I guess.
All right, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text us at 77031. I told you guys I heard about a syndrome. I read about it this afternoon or this morning, and I've never heard of it. And it's so unbelievably interesting. And I bet you guys haven't heard of it either. I'll give you the exact name of the syndrome, and then you have to tell me what you think it does to you. We'll do that next.
Support the arts and local artists at the Orlando Fringe Festival with over 100 shows happening now through May 26th. Get more info at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews are off to the shoulder clearing up an accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound before I-4. There's an accident reported where Howell Ranch Road meets Grand Avenue. There's a vehicle fire getting cleared up on State Road 429 northbound at West Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Kick off summer with Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Right now, get 5 Scott's Naturescapes 1.5 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Lowe's, we help you save. Valid through 5/28. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Go ahead and compare that mortgage quote, and it's so easy to do that with that mortgage guy, Don. Already have a mortgage quote? Maybe you're wondering if it's any good, because a recent study found that less than 20% of us actually compare that first mortgage quote that we get, but you really want peace of mind, so all you have to do is go to the website, hit the button that says compare, and upload your quote. That's it. That mortgage guy, Don, is going to tell you if it's any good, and you can get a quote with no hard credit inquiry. It truly is peace of mind right there at your fingertips, so don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France radio message. Craving an unforgettable destination where culture, history, architecture, romance, and the excellence of French gastronomy all meet? With Air France, Paris and all its delights have never been closer. From May 21st, make the most of our new Orlando International Airport nonstop flights to Paris. Elegance is a journey. Air France. See conditions on airfrance.us.
Man, when it comes to a new roof, you want to make sure you make that choice right. You know, they're expensive. And when it comes to the time to replace your roof, you need to make sure that the people who put it on will stand behind their word. That is Eustace Roofing. These guys are awesome. 1,000 Google reviews at 4.9, almost perfect. And in 2021, they were the National Roofing Company of the Year. Now, of course, it is at Eustace Roofing, but don't be afraid. These guys serve all of Central Florida, and they even have no interest financing available. They've been protecting Florida homes for over 65 years. That's right. In the roofing business since 1959 in Florida. Simply amazing stuff. And look, they are metal roofing experts, which means they manufacture that on site so it fits your home perfectly. Looks awesome. And they may be able to satisfy your insurance carrier by cleaning or rejuvenating your roof, adding years to it. Just get them on your property for a free estimate. That's what you got to do. It's EustaceRoofing.com. For the cleanest work site ever, it's EustaceRoofing.com.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
The Jeep brand has always stood for American freedom. And now we're standing with you with Employee Pricing Plus. Hurry into your Jeep brand dealer for details today and join the family. Jeep, there's only one. Offer valid on select 2024 and 2025 Jeep brand vehicles for non-FCA employees and retirees. $200 admin fee applies. Not all buyers will qualify. Restrictions apply. Does not apply to leases. Ends June 2nd, 2025. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet, Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct hurricane impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Hey, it's C-Lane, and at Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality impact windows for over 50 years. At Reese, most impact windows are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks, and now you can win them for free. Just text the word WOW to 20129 for your chance to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. That's WOW to 20129.
Think you're not the suing type? But you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Spring is here. The perfect season to give your aging roof the attention it deserves. Florida's highest rated roofer is here to help. Save up to $2,000 this season. Get started at jannyroofing.com.
Offer only applies on full roof replacement and expires May 31st, 2025.
West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH, C-A-S-H, CASH. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Another thing about George Wendt is that he was in a very unique episode. He hosted a very unique episode of Saturday Night Live that Francis Ford Coppola directed.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked that out, I think it was on one of those documentaries. I had a little bit about it. And he was interviewed about it. But yeah, he was in a very unique episode of Saturday Night Live. Check it out.
Thanks, buddy.
Good afternoon, Colbert crew. And Jimmy, I'm wondering, after you told your George Wendt story, if you would consider that at the beginning of the interview one of your most uncomfortable moments, or the interview you did with
Scott Weiland.
Was it David Carradine?
Oh no, that was bad too.
Back on the Monster days. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Thanks for remembering all that. Yeah. I've had some glowing moments in my interview career. You can only get better by trying, right? Is that what you tell yourself?
Yeah.
Your 5 o'clock keyword, by the way, is CASH, C-A-S-H. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. We had a winner at 3 o'clock today, guys.
Yeah, we did.
Our friend over in Melbourne took it down.
Yeah.
So get over there and get that money. CASH is your 5 o'clock keyword. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at that $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the David Carradine. I mean, again, he's a super old character, but he had a He was part of a very famous Hollywood family. He and his brother, and I think his dad, were also pretty famous. And he starred in a really popular television show back in the 70s called Kung Fu, where he was like a, for lack of a better word, like a
nomad. You walk the earth.
But what's that? What? It's not like a monk, but what are those guys called, Jack? The Napoleon guys who do the. They're not ninjas.
A Tibetan monk?
Yeah, that's it. Like a Tibetan monk, kind of martial arts specialist kind of thing. And he would only fight when he was pushed to the very edge. He always used peace first. But it was
how annoying.
Yeah. He was very popular. I did an interview with him, and he was a stone cold weirdo. And I had nothing else to talk about that day, so I just kept the interview going, and it was terrible. I mean, it could not be worse. It was one of the worst interviews I've ever done in my life. I remember popping my head into the green room saying, "Hey, is there anything we can do for you?" He goes, "Yeah, can you get me a French chateau?" And I go, "Yeah, Dave. Yeah, let me go buy you a house." Yeah, and then I asked Scott Weiland, formerly of the Stone Temple Pilots, now passed away, God rest his soul, a bunch of really terrible questions, trying to stand out amongst all the other good questions.
Well, yeah. You know, when you're a kid in the yard.
Yeah. In a sandbox, Jack. Yeah, I asked Scott Weiland, the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots, in the height of their career. Do you remember, you look at yourself as Scott Weiland, a rock star. Do you ever go back and look at yourself as Scott Weiland playing in the sandbox? And I got relentlessly mocked for that. And you know why? Because I deserved every bit of it. That's why. Because it was a stupid question. Anyway, and by the way, somebody on the texting service, our buddy Evil Eye, just said, "Hey, don't sleep on English muffin pizzas." For no reason, he just sent that, and now I can't stop thinking about English muffin pizzas.
Well, you heard the gasp from Jack.
First thing I learned how to cook.
Oh, was it really?
English muffin pizza. In a microwave. Not a microwave,
Yes,
in a
oven.
toaster oven.
Toaster oven, yeah.
In the toaster oven.
He's not joking, though. That may be the best coming home drunk food of things you can piece together in your house.
I had to learn how to do it with tomato sauce and then mozzarella cheese, because growing up, you use what you had, and it was English muffin, slice of American cheese, ketchup, and oregano.
Oh,
and it was delicious.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. You were 6.
Was.
That's the issue. You were 6.
More like 26. But
Jack, that's terrible.
American
first thing I learned how to cook.
With ketchup and oregano?
Can I tell you something? That should be your life logo.
Oh, so good.
That should be your logo. It's one of
it's so
those
good.
with your name across the front of it. There's nothing more Bradshaw than what you just said.
Yummy. Come on, I'll make some here.
No.
I'll bring in a toaster oven.
Look, I'd eat the hell out of it.
I would. Right about now.
He eats like an entire pack of them. I would ravage
pretty good.
some little pepperoni English muffin pizzas.
All right, we'll let Jack make his little pepperoni pizzas thing, and then, Jimmy, you have to make us chili dogs.
Okay, damn, that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
Oh, chili dogs are good. I got pissed off last night. I was going to get a chili dog.
Shocker.
I was going to get a chili dog because I bought all the stuff for it last week when we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And I went in there, my damn buns were moldy.
Oh, I hate that.
And my hot dog buns were bad too.
Oh, that's worse.
No. Yeah, so I got super mad. I had everything out, chopped my red onions.
Oh, no.
Had my
Oh, that's
cheese
the
grated.
worst. Yeah, you
And then
already did the prep.
Then I reached up and grabbed my buns, and they're all moldy AF. I overhand threw them into a wall. God.
It's a shame you didn't have any Wonder Bread. You could have just gone real old school.
I would have.
I know you would have. Yeah, just wrap that dog in some Wonder Bread.
How far away from a store do you live?
Far enough that he already had everything chopped and he wasn't getting back in the car.
Yeah, not that far. I mean, really, there's a Publix right around the corner from the house. But
yeah, if you're already prepped, then the food's there. You need the bun.
I'm not leaving. And what I did is I found tortillas. I should have just wrapped my hot dog up in some tortillas.
Yeah, it's a different flavor, different texture.
So what did you do if...
I just put it all away and got something else. I literally put it all away and just got something else.
You annoy me.
You know what I ate? I put it all away and made beans and rice. And I chopped up a hot dog in it.
Oh, there you go. That works.
Still got his hot dog.
So that works.
It's like I was back in college. I was eating beans and rice with hot dogs chopped up in it. It was black beans and rice. It wasn't even beanie weenies. Anyway.
Yeah, if we didn't have English muffins, it would just be a slice of white bread, American cheese, ketchup, and oregano.
I can't
The
tell you.
oregano gave it that real Italian flavor.
Oh, yeah, Jack. Nothing like that. Nothing like the oregano really mixing with the sweet ketchup. to bring Italy home.
So good.
In my first apartment, I still made my ramen noodle in the same hot pot I'd used in my dorm room.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You know
Why
what?
turn it on? I used that for years to make my lunch.
My son
Never had ramen.
Oh, really? My son loves that instant ramen. I had it for a little bit, but I'm not a big fan of it because there's so much salt in it. My
I
God,
know,
man.
but
You feel your heart stopping.
That instant ramen is really good because then you can go to the grocery store, just get some chicken breast, get some vegetable, and you can make one of those faux dishes that everybody is talking about, but do it at a fraction of the cost.
Bro, you got to go get some.
Then,
Have
huh?
you've not had pho?
No.
Jack.
I'd like to. I want to.
And look, buddy, I got to tell you.
like the name.
I'm scared.
But even with your very defined, limited, childish palate.
You just settle down. I eat everything.
If you ate that, it's basically
chicken
Chinese
soup, right?
It's Chinese chicken soup.
I'm open to try it. Listen, I tried something new last night. I went to a place I've been to before. I had something totally different. It was exquisite. It was actually, I would say, a 9 out of 10 meal.
Oh, really? What'd you have?
This is going to hurt. I'm going to prepare yourself accordingly.
No, I don't know.
Oh, yes.
First,
fire away.
This is a place that I refer to.
Oh, here we go.
As Destination Dining.
Oh.
Is it Wawa?
What did you have at
It's
Wawa?
I went to Wawa.
Yes, I knew it. God, you are so predictable.
And I was a little disappointed at first.
What was a good time, though?
They did not have the chicken corn chowder, which is...
Oh, that's a damn good dish, by the way.
Which is a really good
They do
dish.
a good job of that, by the way.
And my wife turned me on to something new at Wawa, and I tried it, and it was fantastic.
Which is it? One of their wraps? Is it one of their hot sandwiches?
Quesadilla, the roasted chicken quesadilla. It was
That's good, huh?
fantastic.
Really good, huh?
And I had salsa added and corn. Oh, it was so good. Let's go.
I'm fine.
Destination dining at Wawa.
Destination dining, baby.
Look, I'm going to tell you, the Wawa.
I don't go there for gas.
Listen, the Wawa.
It's too expensive.
The Wawa out by the house. That one, one. You know which one I'm talking about, right? That one out there. That thing, for the record, it's like a mad bee's nest. 24/7.
Oh, yeah.
That thing, you have to fight your way in and out of it. There's so many people. My son and daughter go up there 4 times a week. They love Wawa.
Yeah.
They eat there like it's a steakhouse. They love it.
And when I realized I paid less than $8 for that quesadilla, and it was filling, and it tasted great, I'm like, what? Why am I not doing this for my lunch?
Dude, and they're ATM, and they don't charge for their ATM.
Yeah.
You know what
nice.
Wawa's, yeah. They don't do cash back, but they offer an ATM that doesn't do a fee.
Which is
kind of
rare.
Cool. Oh, which is rare. Yeah. It's like $4 now.
You weren't kidding. They really have gas at Wawa?
No, you son of a- they're pretty fast for what they do, considering that, that self-help or that self-app thing or whatever.
They're the Chick-fil-A of gas stations.
They really do a good job. I have to tell you, you can sit there and watch them make it, and they hate it. The people working there are like, I hate making these sandwiches. I'm staring at them. I'm making sure I'm looking over there. I'm like, mayonnaise, more spinach. Come on, you know this. I'm not doing that really.
Okay, I was going to say, well, no wonder they hate making your sandwich.
And they have good soups. They do a good job.
Well,
man.
Jackie had me at chicken corn chowder.
Oh, it's so good when they have it.
Yeah.
You know what they do have? And I was like, really? At a gas station? Lobster bisque.
Wow.
That's like the punchline to a joke. Like a Wawa lobster bisque. That's like saying Winn-Dixie sushi.
Better yet, 7-Eleven sushi.
Oh. All right, so we got off topic, but I am going to tell you about this syndrome as soon as we get back. 407-916-1041. Your keyword for the 5 o'clock hour is cash, CASH. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
He said, I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday. He drinks Diet Mountain Dew as an adult, and I'm so sorry. Some of you are sipping on it right now, and you're going to be so pissed at me, but that's loser-aid, man. You got to grow up.
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
Look out for an accident reported on Howell Branch Road near Grand Avenue. A crash is blocking the right lane on Maitland Boulevard eastbound at US 1792. Traffic slowing down in your usual spots on the major roadways this afternoon. There's stop-and-go traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound near that Osceola Parkway exit. Heavy congestion on I-4 eastbound before St. John's River Bridge. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that the best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Guys, Tools Ace Hardware now carrying Steel zero-turn mowers. How about that? Steel already recognized one of the top brands in outdoor power equipment, and now they're offering the best in zero-turn mowers. That's right. From homeowner to professional, Steel has the perfect zero-turn mower for your landscaping needs. Plus, you can get 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers. And don't forget, Tools Ace Hardware has trained techs in their stores to service and repair your Steel equipment every single day. It's Steel zero-turn mowers. They are available at all 11 Tools Ace Hardwares that sell Steel outdoor power equipment. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Hey guys, not feeling like yourself? Visit Game Day Men's Health, one of the nation's largest men's health clinics, specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatments, medical weight loss, and shockwave therapy. With locations in Winter Park, Lake Mary, and downtown, they can create a customized game plan for you. Set up your free testosterone test and consultation. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Mention 104.1 and get a second service free when you buy one. Game Day Men's Health, helping men perform and feel their best.
The Jim Colbert Show question of the day is brought to you by the Home Builders Network. That's Mike the Home Builder, a guy I talked to earlier today. We're talking about cabinets. I'm talking about my bathroom. What? Wait, the Home Builders Network? Yep, more coming with the Home Builders Network in the very near future. But right now, they are your source, whether it's roofing, replacement windows, replacement doors. You want a new front door? You go to Mike the Home Builder at hbnusa.com. What Mike has done, he's assembled a team of experts, and whatever the field is that you need taken care of at your home, he's got the person for you. He's a contractor with over 36 years experience, and he's a guy you can trust. Been advertising on this station for closing in on 2 decades now. He's Mike the Home Builder. You know him from Home Builders Network. That's his team of people. And again, the website is hbnusa.com. Go talk to Mike.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Mornings are unpredictable. But West 2 News Sunrise can get your day started on the right track. We have team coverage this morning with breaking news and what's happening now.
Breaking this morning, investigators.
Central Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Central Florida is under a first warning severe weather warning day.
And up-to-the-minute traffic to simplify your morning commute.
Impacting traffic exiting at that ramp this morning.
Jason, Meredith, Sonica, Kellyanne, and Megan. West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
On the next Access Hollywood, we took the party to New York. Now we're delivering epic access in Orlando. Our exclusive with Howie Mandel. Wow! Access Hollywood. This is exciting. Then Adam Levine and Blake Shelton reunited. All the surprises from a star-studded voice finale. Plus, the stakes couldn't be higher. Only Access survived the General Hospital casting call. Our exclusive cameo inside the Nurses Ball. Whoa, that felt good. Hey, Mario Lopez here. Please join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
Tools Ace Hardware is now carrying Steel zero-turn mowers. Steel already recognized as one of the top brands in outdoor power equipment, and now they're offering the best in zero-turn mowers. From homeowner to professional, Steel has the perfect zero-turn mower for your landscaping needs. Get 0% financing plus instant rebates on select Steel mowers. And don't forget, Tools Ace Hardware has trained technicians in their stores to service and repair your Steel equipment. Steel zero-turn mowers are available at 11 Tools Ace Hardware locations that sell Steel outdoor power equipment. Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. Since 1999, May has been designated as National Military Appreciation Month with its 5 military observances. It's a time to show appreciation for our troops and everything they do. Navy Federal has proudly served the military community for more than 90 years, and our employees are part of the community we serve. Many are military family members, reservists, or veterans themselves. Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Sail on with commercial-free weekends on Yacht Rock Radio. Roll down the windows for road trips with summer playlists like Summer Classics. Or just escape into a podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese. Radio.
Want more from the Jim Colbert Show? Online at JimColbertLive.com.
This is a Missy Elliott one-time exclusive. Come on.
Still to come, the common sense financial advice you need. It's Only Money with Scott Brown. Today at 6:20 on the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, how's it, Ohana? Oh, Brother Jack, you got me and the wife rolling, bro, talking about your discriminating palate. Bro, no like to get gas at Wawa, gets his gas at Costco. Fine dining at Wawa, though, bro.
You're right.
Anyway, poke on the menu tonight while we're talking about food. But, yep, can I have beans in your chili? We actually going to have chili dogs this weekend, but it's the Martin potato roll buns.
My favorite.
Yeah, Jimmy, their shelf life is not that long.
Those are the best, though.
Good afternoon, Colbert crew. This is Jason in Palm Bay. I used to hit Wawa up on the regular after we'd be leaving Orlando City games. When they were playing in the Citrus Bowl, get lathered up on some purple prides over there after the game and yelling the ref belongs on OBT all night long. Shoot over to Wawa, get a little chicken quesadilla with some sour cream for the drive home. That hit the spot, boy. Deuces.
Mike Buzzer Larson here. Hey, Colbert crew. Hey, Jimmy. Why can't you get stir fry when you're on a cruise ship?
Oh, I don't know, Mike. Why can't you get stir fry on a cruise ship?
Well, Jimmy, because you can't walk on water.
Oh, God, dude.
Quackshot, it's in my contract. Give me a buzzer.
One day that guy's voice is going to fail right in front of us.
No.
And it's that day I'll put up my Christmas tree. By the way, the texting service is absolutely melting over this Wawa thing. It's so funny because one text will say, do not get the bisque from Wawa, the lobster bisque.
Right.
The next text right on top, I'm like, I love the lobster bisque from Wawa. It's just so great, these diverse opinions on Wawa food. I bet they're loving it.
That's one of my favorite things, though, in the texting service when you get two polar opposite opinions back to back.
Oh, yeah, it's great. But I don't think anybody... Here's the thing. So what do you think the most important part of a sandwich is? Like, it's easy, I think.
The most important part?
For me...
The filler.
Is the bread. The bread.
Most important part.
The most important part of a sandwich is the bread. Look, can I tell you something? And I'll tell you why. Jack,
I know.
Did you see that judgy arm cross?
I saw the arm cross, and I just decided to play the part of the referee, so I'm just going to sit here and watch.
It's going to be so much work telling you how wrong you are. That's the problem.
Help me out here, right? So if I put a piece of boar's head in Publix,
Don't
and
put
then
boar's head in there,
and Wendy's or whatever, or Winn-Dixie, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between those meats. I mean, even when you order boar's head, there are so few people that can really decipher or decide between those meats being that much different. It's that. So the bread is everything, and I have to tell you, I like Wawa. Their bread's a little more dense than a normal sub roll, which I appreciate.
Yeah,
there you go.
Bread is very important,
but
you can't. I mean, if you have a liverwurst sandwich and then you have an Italian sub, the bread is inconsequential. What's in between the bread is paramount. Jimmy.
Oh, this guy absolutely wastes me. at least 3 days a week. Completely wastes me.
Really? Does he kiss you afterward,
the bread-
or is it just a smile and
the
a
bread is everything.
tap on the shoulder?
What is it for you? A good sandwich? Is it the bread or is it the meat?
I'm not getting involved in this.
In other words, you think it's the meat?
I think
I think it's the bread.
bread.
I think it's like a
She's
good,
bread. She just
crusty
doesn't like-
Cuban roll.
She doesn't like to agree with you. That's why she was pulling back.
All right, your 5 o'clock keyword is cash, CASH. Slide over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. I love the fact that, by the way, this guy who saved that little girl by using his drone to drop the flotation device is national news everywhere this morning. I thought that was the coolest thing that happened right around the corner, and it was right there the entire time.
We talked about it.
Literally, they're playing on ABC National News now.
Yeah, it was on Fox earlier.
All right, so what is Klein-Levin syndrome? Have you ever heard of this? Klein-Levin syndrome. Klein-Levin syndrome. And I stumbled across this today and found it kind of fascinating because I've never heard of this before. And it was a bit of a YouTube story that played on a Fox News station up north. And it was just because they were talking about this young man who has Klein-Levin syndrome. What do you think it does? It causes you to do something. What do you think that is?
Well, you already talked about a syndrome where you have a traumatic brain injury and then you come up with a foreign language.
Right. This is not that one.
So that's not that.
This one is pretty common, but actually the disorder itself is very rare. But what it causes you to do is something you do every day.
Clean.
But it just causes you to do it a lot.
Oh, mathematics.
Shower.
Wash your hands.
Private time.
No, not private time. But God, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Were you doing that?
She longingly says.
I didn't say longingly. I just said yeah.
Yeah.
No. Your face said a bunch.
Yeah.
That little eye lift you did, that said a whole bunch. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch the video. All right? You can go see it real quickly. It makes you sleep up to 22 hours a day.
Oh, that would be miserable.
It's a rare neurological disorder characterized by persistent episodic hypersomnia, accompanied by cognitive and behavioral changes. It also may include inhibition, which is failure to inhibit actions or words. It also causes hypersexuality, hyperphagia. Do you know what that is? I just found that out today, too. You can't stop eating.
Really?
Yeah, you can't stop eating. And emotional liability. Also derealization. But I will tell you, it was the craziest. Watching this story, it was about a 6-minute feature.
Must have derailed this guy's life.
On this young man. And as they were doing the story, in the context of doing the story, they literally found out his sister has the same thing.
Oh.
She hadn't had any of the symptoms yet. It hadn't hit her fully. They just found out because it's a genetic mutation.
They had to wait for her to get up from her nap to tell her.
Right.
And they're saying, and the funny thing is like, when you think, you're like, I sleep a lot. Like when somebody says they sleep a lot, I see, like if you told me, oh man, I love to sleep, I sleep a lot. I think it's probably 8 to 10 hours a day. Like that's what I think a lot of sleep is, right?
10 to 12.
You think it's like 10 to 12?
Yeah.
And Jack, what would you think? Like if I told you I sleep a lot, would you say it's like 8 to 10 or 10 to 12 hours a day?
Eight or more is a lot.
For me, it's a lot as well because I fight to sleep 6 hours. Literally fight to stay asleep for 6 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't have that thing for sure. But man, it's like one of those things where you hear it on the surface. You're like, oh yeah, he's addicted to something very cool, or he can't stop doing something really cool. It's not like that at all. Like they say that when he goes into one of these hypersomnia sleeps, that you literally can't wake him up.
I bet.
Like dude could sleep through a house fire. Like they say that when you go to get up, you're so lethargic and you're so kind of, that when you drink too much and you're tired and you just get so sleepy, you could literally fall asleep standing up.
Right.
Imagine that all the time. Like that's exactly how they kind of almost characterized it. Like 20 to 22 hours a day. And you go through these episodes of having it and you never know when it's going to hit.
I don't know. But personally for me, I don't know if you guys remember, it was a What'd You Do That's New that I had assigned. It was about some Australian siblings who realized that they had a genetic mutation where one day they were going to wake up.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And never be able to go to sleep again.
Right.
I think I would still choose this one where I slept too much versus the one where you didn't sleep at all, because their mom, like in a matter of months when that gene was triggered, I think it was weeks, if not months, where she ended up passing because you know that jerky thing when you first start to fall. Have you guys ever watched videos of people with extreme insomnia?
No, I haven't seen videos of it, but I have that probably once or twice a month
where you're so exhausted, right? Your body just jerks.
Yeah.
So I think in the sleep syndrome, I would take one where you sleep 22 hours versus one day you wake up and you're never going to sleep again.
Yeah, I could not do the no sleep thing. And again, if it's episodic, like if it only happens, like, if you get this and it triggers and you're like this for a week and a half or 2 weeks, something that you can kind of manage. That other one's no way.
But it sounds like this one really isn't very manageable because it sounds like it eliminates all of the things that are put in your life to keep you safe, make good decisions, make good sexual decisions, not be,
Well, the good thing is you're not up long enough to do anything stupid sexually.
That's a good point.
It says, how many people do you believe have this? Like, what's the percentage of people in the U.S. that have, or in the world that have this? It's 1 in how many? It's very rare.
0.5%. 1 in 20 million.
Not quite that rare.
1 in 5 million.
1 in 500,000 people have this.
Wow.
Yeah, 1 in 500. And they're saying that, like, okay, you sleep 15 to 21 hours a day during episodes, but they say the real danger here is all the other excessive things that happen to you, like the appetite, the hyperphagia, and the hypersexuality.
Yeah, because it puts you in dangerous situations.
Absolutely. It says marketed changes, almost like your personality changes and you become like hypersexual. Imagine going from somebody who's kind of demure and doesn't really have anything like that to someone who kind of seethes, sexuality.
Get over here. I need
That would be the worst. You bang it out, fall asleep, bang it out, fall asleep.
Oh, isn't that what you do?
Well, sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes you have to do that. Right? Sometimes you have to rest a little bit. You know, a little older. Hump, hump, snore. Hump, hump, snore. I'm not saying who's snoring there, by the way.
You didn't have to.
I'm not giving that up. I can bore you. Look, I can sexually bore you right into a beautiful nap.
Now, I wonder, someone texted wondering what the difference is between narcolepsy. Isn't narcolepsy just where you fall asleep
with
anywhere?
No warning.
No warning, but you don't sleep for 15, 20 hours.
No, you don't do that. Narcolepsy is you just kind of pass out, and then you've seen the fainting goat kind of thing. I think it's kind of like that. I think you pass out, and you're out, and then you wake up. It's super dangerous simply because you don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, you could be driving.
And I think there are a lot of other contributing factors to narcolepsy on top of just the sleeping thing. I think it just kind of gets whittled down to that's what most people believe it is. But I think there's some side effects of that make it even more dangerous. Like this one. And it says this condition continually disrupts social lives, academic, professional careers, almost impossible to be able to do anything consistently because you never know when or how long these episodes are going to last, and there is no cure.
How do you have a family? You can't have young children when you're sleeping 15 to 22 hours a day.
Yeah, it says it's not known what causes this, but several mechanisms have been proposed. One possible explanation is hypothalamic or circadian dysfunction. Which is the thalamus probably playing an out-of-control role in the sleeping aspect of that. But again, there's no
treatment,
no cure,
no cure.
no treatment, no nothing. You just kind of deal with it until they kind of work it out. I'm sure AI will get stuck on this, but I don't know if it affects many people to put enough money into it. That's what happens with a lot of these real rare things.
And that's why they call it too rare to care.
That's right.
It gets no research money.
Yeah, no research money because so few people deal with it. I mean, you're talking about like 1 in every 500,000 people here in the U.S. I mean, that's what, less than 1,000 people?
So it doesn't make sense for drug companies to pour millions, if not billions of dollars into treatments when the market isn't, which is so sad to think, well, the market just isn't big enough for us to help you.
And it says lithium is the only drug that appears to have any kind of preventative effect to it. So you can do that. And of course, lithium, depending on has its own issues that you can deal with because I think your liver doesn't really like it so much. It consistently. You have to be very careful about the dosage. But yeah, very, very interesting stuff. It's called KLS.
So Klein.
Thanks, Jack. I appreciate that.
Little 90s reference there.
KLS is going to rock you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right, 407.
He's looking for it as you speak.
916-1041. You can text us at 77031. You know, I listen to the News Junkie every day talking about medical stuff. I do. I listen to the shows every day. I actually love this radio station so much. I listen to the Monsters as much as I can, but usually that's when I'm writing the show. I get to hear at least probably half an hour or so of the News Junkie. And I guess Sean is dealing with a bad foot.
Oh, yeah.
So what's going on with his foot? Does he have a bone spur or plantar fasciitis?
I'm not sure he knows exactly what happened, but I just know he is hopping around on one foot.
Yeah, let me tell you, dude, I dealt with that. I know he's probably not listening or whatever because it's a long day, but man, I dealt with that before, and it is horrifying. It is so painful. It actually caused me even bigger issues in my hips when I had it because you start altering the way that you walk because if you put that direct toe pressure to that plantar fasciitis, it is so painful. And it started affecting my hip because I had to walk different. And you know what the cure was? I went to is it podiatrist? Is that what you go?
Yep, a foot doctor.
Yeah, I went to a podiatrist, and I got a prescription for this. What do you think he prescribed me for this?
Tennis balls on the bottom of your foot.
No, a frozen water bottle on the bottom of your foot and a cortisone shot.
Ugh.
No cortisone shot, not for me.
I got one.
Oh, for your plantar fasciitis? Yep. Did you have it bad?
Yeah, it wasn't
debilitating. Like you couldn't walk at all. I mean, I'm telling you,
and I could walk.
He sounds like he's got it, like I had it. Like he's hobbled.
Yeah.
Dude, they prescribed me good tennis shoes. Oh. Literally, the doctor said, go to this place, Track Shack is where it was, because at the time, they were like the only dealer of premium tennis shoes, and he goes, get this kind of tennis shoe that does this. And it would happen to be, and I don't even know if they make tennis shoes anymore, it was Mizuno that usually makes like golf clubs and bats and baseballs and gloves.
Yeah.
But they made high-quality tennis shoes where they stitched the bottom through the shoe into the heel, which was rare for tennis shoes, but it was stable, and the way that it supported that ankle changed it. And believe it or not, after just wearing those tennis shoes for about a month, it went away, and I've never had an issue with it before.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Literally,
those shoes
it's
again?
just high-quality tennis shoes.
Mizuno. Why did you stop wearing those shoes?
Because I don't have it anymore, and I did actually buy another pair after that, and actually even wore Asics gels on top of that because I couldn't find the Mizunos anymore, and that's why I started wearing Asics, because Asics were the other shoe that they said if you got to get that high gel number, they're expensive, of course, like $150 or $60 a pair when I got them, but I only wore them to walk around with, and believe it or not, it corrected the issue. And what's weird is, you tell Sean, if he looks into his tennis shoes, even though that bone spur may not stick out a whole bunch, look at the wear inside your shoe. Just from you walking, it'll chew the inside of the back of your shoe or whatever foot it is. It'll literally chew that away. I can show you shoes. My grandmother or my mother-in-law had it so bad, when she would get brand new tennis shoes, she would cut the back out of them. Before they started making, like Skechers makes that shoe that looks like a tennis shoe sandal kind of thing.
The slides.
Almost like a croc kind of thing. She would physically cut it out with a razor blade so that it wouldn't rub her bone spur.
Wow.
Yeah, terrible pain, man. It's awful. But he's got to get those good tennis shoes, man. It'll do it right up.
Such a big difference maker.
And it's crazy how it's not a surgery. You don't want to get the surgery because from what I understand, they have to split that tendon right down the middle, pull it to the side, then shave that, and then put it back together. And the rehab from that is like months.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with that.
Especially when you drive a stick.
No, you don't want to deal with that. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us, 77031. Again, your 5 o'clock keyword is cash, C-A-S-H. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Had a winner in the 3 o'clock hour. Would love to add one more before we get out of here. Until then, load them up. It's trivia time. We'll do that next.
Do you want to play a game? Good. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is next. Call now, 407-916-1041.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Florida men's basketball is scoring big with a transfer commitment today from former Arkansas guard Boogie Flan. He withdrew from the NBA draft last week. Buccaneers owner Brian Glazer says it's time for Simeon Rice to enter the Pro Football Hall of Fame, citing a resume that's better than edge rushers who are already in. And the NFL owners' spring meetings underway in Minneapolis, and they're expected to vote to ban the Eagles' famed tush push. I'm Scott Davidson.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Visit your local authorized dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/dream.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Let me tell you a little quick story about Life Imaging FLA and me and my family. My wife went my wife and I went to get the scan, right? And the entire experience was amazing. Really, it's so fast. I mean, that's one of the things that you can't really, you can't downplay that, how quickly they can get this information from you. So another thing is you don't take your clothes off. There are no dye injections, none of that. So you can kind of throw that out the door, no problem there. The other thing I will tell you is this, like when you get this scan, and when my wife's parents got her scan, I was standing right next to her when her mom called to let her know that her scan results came in and she and her dad were going to be perfectly fine. Their calcium scores were 0. There were no problems. You literally could feel that relief in the air because now we knew her parents were fine, their hearts were good, and they had that peace of mind. That's what Life Imaging is all about. And like I said, no dyes. You don't take off your clothes. It only takes a few minutes. So don't wait. Do what we did. Go to Life Imaging FLA. Get that free heart scan and that peace of mind. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening as well, because for sure, early detection saves lives. Here's what you do to make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250, then say the keyword free heart scan. That's really all you have to do. Pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you, make that appointment, and then take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Here's what the car insurance companies may think they know after a car crash. They know you probably don't know what your claim is worth, or how to calculate pain and suffering, lost wages and future earnings, current and future medical expenses, or diminished value to your car. But guess what? We do. And if we don't win your case, you owe us nothing. For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah. Orlando.
Mickey and his pals are celebrating the memories we create together. Experience your favorite Disney and Pixar stories from Frozen, Moana 2, Zootopia, Inside Out 2, and more. Make new memories with your family. Disney on Ice, coming soon from August 29th through 31st at Kia Center.
Prepare for summer storms with Eustace Roofing. Get up to $2,000 off a full roof replacement through May 31st during Eustace Roofing's Memorial Day sale. Schedule a free estimate at eustaceroofing.com.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Air France radio message. Craving an unforgettable destination where culture, history, architecture, romance, and the excellence of French gastronomy all meet? With Air France, Paris and all its delights have never been closer. From May 21st, make the most of our new Orlando International Airport nonstop flights to Paris. Elegance is a journey. Air France. See conditions on airfrance.us.
Hey guys, not feeling like yourself? Visit Game Day Men's Health, one of the nation's largest men's health clinics, specializing in testosterone replacement therapy, ED treatments, medical weight loss, and shockwave therapy, with locations in Winter Park, Lake Mary, and downtown. They can create a customized game plan for you. Set up your free testosterone test and consultation. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Mention 104.1 and get a second service free when you buy one. Game Day Men's Health, helping men perform and feel their best.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Warmer temperatures are already here. Don't get caught sweating. For a limited time, AirProSUSA.com is offering an AC tune-up for just $79 and avoid breakdowns. That's right, only $79. Count on the pros at AirPros USA to ensure your system runs at peak performance. Book your $79 AC tune-up today. Visit AirProSUSA.com. That's AirProSUSA.com.
Limited time offer. Can't be combined with other offers. License number CAC 1822083, CFC 053314, EC 13010393.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Enjoy your dominance over artificial intelligence while you can.
Did the coffee machine always have a laser cannon?
Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. We really appreciate that. If you like the show, share it with someone. Tell them that you can tune in and hear some funny stuff all day long. Make your drive that much easier. Maybe even learn something throughout the day. Please do that. We like that very much.
Yes, we do.
Cash is your 5 o'clock keyword, CASH. Got about 10 minutes or so to get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Had a winner at 3. Would love to add one more before we get the hell out of here today. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yo.
And he's got the Jackie sack. Let's get it.
All aboard.
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo.
Lickety-clack, lickety-clack. 3 prizes today. Winner gets to pick one. What one will they pick? We'll find out. Or at least I will when I get their information after the game. Here you go. A pair of tickets to the Orlando Science Center.
Nice.
Happening now through September 7th. You can grab your capes because DC Superheroes, an interactive action-packed exhibit, is happening there through September 7th. It's DC Superheroes at the Orlando Science Center. Connect with them at osc.org. I also have a pair of tickets to see Styx and Kevin Cronin. That's the Brotherhood of Rock tour. Also features Don Felder. You remember from the Eagles. That's happening at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater on May 31st. And this just in, I am talking about a 4-pack of tickets to Monster Jam, where you get to experience Monster Jam live and become a fan for life with an ultimate day of family fun. This is the one that they do inside the Kia Center, and it's happening on August 2nd and 3rd. So you get to see Monster Jam in the Kia Center, and that's one of your 3 prizes today for JCS Trivia.
Nice.
So back to you, clickety-clack.
Very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5,
Let's
young
go
lady.
5.
5 right there at the bottom is John. John, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, pretty good.
Glad to hear that. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Game show.
All right, John, I am trying to fight back and get some credibility in this game back after getting my ass kicked for what seemingly was 2 straight weeks of first choices. Do you plan to comply today, buddy, and just kind of, make a choice and let me move on?
I don't know how to answer that.
Okay.
Just say no.
All right, buddy, this is a real easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers is not true, John.
No.
I want you to find it. If you do, I can send you over to Jack, and he will take care of you with a nice prize.
Okay, good.
And some soft hugs.
Aww.
Are you ready, buddy?
Maybe butterfly kisses.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. On this day in 1892, African-American inventor George Sampson received a patent for the automatic clothes dryer.
Oh, God bless you.
On this day.
God bless you.
Here are 3 fun facts about clothes dryers and 1 lint-filled lie.
Oh.
All right, John, we're talking about dryers, clothes dryers. Which one of these is not true? Here we go. Number 1, in the U.S., clothes dryers are responsible for about 15,000 house fires. Number 2, clothes dryers consume about 6% of all residential electricity in the U.S. Number 3, hand-cranked dryers have been around for over 200 years. Or lastly, the average family finds about $36 a year in the dryer vent. Which of those is a lie?
Not in my house.
The last one.
No, that's right. You got it right off the bat.
Oh!
You're a winner. He's a winner. Yeah, the last one's the winner. Yeah, did you think that was real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too. But you know what? When you Google how much money the average family, there's no answer. They say it's about 9 cents a day or something like that.
Who reports it?
Yeah.
You know, how would they know? Because it's kind of a personal thing, right?
Well, you answered that quickly. Was that obvious to you?
It seemed like a lot of money.
$36 for a year, dude?
In the dryer.
And see, a lot of people deal with change.
Right, and who carries
You're talking
cash
bills?
anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, God. You know what, John? I'm tired of hearing your excuses already.
Hey, congratulations.
You're a winner, Bug. Enjoy yourself, man. Thanks for playing. I appreciate it so much, buddy. Put you on hold there. John will take good care of you.
Now, I thought for sure it had to be the hand crank dryer because that can't be a real thing.
Yeah, 200 years, and here's what they do: they put it in a tumbler, and as the tumbler created gravity, it would sling the water out, kind of like your washer does now during the rinse cycle.
Yeah.
It just and actually they tell you there are a number of clothes dryers. We only use what they call the tumble dryer. But there are a number of countries that the what they call the spin dryer or the drum dryer is the actual choice. And here's what it does. When your washing machine spins those clothes, when you get them out, they're still pretty darn wet.
Yeah.
These dryers, when you put the clothes in, there's no dryer mechanism. There's no hot air. It just spins the ass out of them. And it basically, with gravity, spins almost 95% of all the water out of your clothes, so that when you take them out of that dryer, it only takes a few minutes for them to dry naturally on their own. It's actually pretty fascinating.
Wow.
I bet it's better on the fabric.
Yeah, and it costs less.
And a lot less because what you pay to heat?
Yeah, that's the number one. I mean, 6% of all of your household electricity in the U.S. is for drying clothes. Did you guys ever have a clothesline when you were kids?
Oh,
as a kid, yeah.
Yeah. We had we didn't have a dryer in my house. Everything got hung up on a clothesline.
I love bed sheets.
It's the greatest thing ever.
Bed sheets that have been put out on the clothesline. The worst thing are towels.
Yeah, because
you got to have something to crunch that crunchy up.
I disagree though, because my favorite thing was cotton T-shirts that were hung up because they would almost hold their shape like they were, and you'd kind of break them up a little bit, but nothing smelled like that. That linen smell that you get from
that fresh air.
Oh God, there's nothing like it.
Have you ever used the hand crank washer with the bar soap?
No, but I have.
Or a washboard.
I've used a washboard before.
I've used a washboard and the ringers.
Oh yeah. And my grandmother had a ringer, but man, my cousin got his finger in there, and I wouldn't go near it. Literally,
that'll do it.
It literally squeezed his nail off.
Oh yeah! Ow.
I was like, no, I'm good. Yeah, I'll just hang it up over there and all those sand spurs. Yeah, the U.S. They are responsible for 15,000 fires. Clothes dryers consume about 6% of all residential electricity in the U.S. Hand crank dryers have been around for about 200 years. And I don't know what the average family finds. It's probably $10 a year.
I wouldn't even say that much,
You don't think so?
especially since the pandemic.
I keep a bit. Okay, so when it's usually for me, it's golf tees and change I use to mark my ball that I don't get out of my shorts when I play golf. And if I added all that up, you're right, it'd probably be like $10.
I'm thinking mine is less than $2.
You think so?
Yep.
Yeah, because you just always check your pockets.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't usually get a lot of change because you don't pay for cash anymore. I actually find
Correct.
more bills than I do anything else.
Nope, for me it's tissues. I forgot to take out of my pockets.
Really?
Yeah.
And then I get to peel off all the little pieces of tissue that ends up on all the other clothes.
So for me, and it's so funny, it's definitely stages. For me, when I was working on my car a lot, it was screws and nuts and bolts that I would stick in my pockets while I was working on something and just forget it, dump those shorts, and next thing you know, you hear the dryer and it sounds like God. Or golf tees or guitar picks for a while.
Oh, wow.
I would find those in there. And then, just loose change. and like old like stuff I'd put in my pockets and forget, whatever paper it was.
I can't even remember the last time I found a coin in the couch or the dryer.
Really?
Cannot remember.
I dug 35 cents out this morning.
Really?
And 2 golf tees, from a pair of shorts I threw in there that I just stripped off as soon as I got home. It's hot. Here's some other things you didn't know about clothes dryers before we get to the top of the hour. Don't forget we do have Scott Brown on the other side with It's Only Money at 6:20. Dryers did not become commonplace in American homes until what decade?
The 50s.
That's a good answer.
Actually, I don't think it is.
Why?
Because I think it's too soon.
60s.
60s is the answer.
Nice. And I knew it all along.
Do you know why it's the 60s instead of the 50s? Who could afford one?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like microwaves when they came out. Microwaves like $2,000, which is like $30,000 now or whatever.
Exactly.
So the dryers were the same thing. They were very expensive and usually only for affluent households.
Right. Kind of like the old VCR.
How about this? If you dream of doing laundry, it's a sign of what?
Gossip.
That's a great guess. You know what the funny thing is? If you dream of doing someone else's laundry, it means gossip.
Oh, wow.
But if you dream of doing laundry, Jack, want to take a shot at this?
Infidelity.
That's funny. It just says that you have your life in order.
Oh, wow.
So if you dream of doing your laundry, folding laundry, doing laundry, it means that you actually have your life in order. That's what it's supposed to mean.
And it's boring AF.
And then what percentage of the dirt on your clothes is invisible?
70.
70 is the answer.
Wow.
70% of all the dirt on your clothes and grime you can't even see.
Wait.
Very nice. Sorry. 407-916-91.
I got rid of the regular one now. Deb loves it so much. I got rid of the regular gong, and we only have that gong.
I love that gong.
I did the editing.
Thank you, Jack.
So, Deb, I've got a story for you next.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I'm going to do 2 stories for you next. One is Wisconsin, and one is North Dakota. Not far from each other, same kind of area, and they both love you. I'll tell you what they are next.
Oh, great.
The 2025 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is happening now through May 26th. Learn how to fringe now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a crash, slowing down traffic on State Road 50 near Oakland Avenue. An accident's getting cleared up on the express lanes of I-4 eastbound near Fairbanks Avenue. Traffic's starting to pile up on all the major roadways this afternoon. There's slowdowns on State Road 408's ramp to I-4 eastbound. Stop-and-go traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound near Osceola Parkway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about essential warm weather styles, just $30 and under, like dresses, shoes and bags, men's, and even kids' looks. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Look, man, when you hire vendors, it's pretty obvious when they show up to do your job if you have chosen correctly. Really, it is. And when Eustace Roofing shows up to your job, you will know immediately that you've made the right choice. These guys care so much about what their job site looks like because they want the customer to understand they respect their property. These guys have been doing this for so long, since 1959, in the roofing business in Central Florida. That's 65 plus years is bananas. 4.9 Google rating with over 1,000 reviews. And in 2021, they were the National Roofing Company of the Year. What I'm saying is you can trust these guys with your roof. And with the hurricane season coming, you want to make sure that thing is nice and solid. Get a quote from these guys. Remember, no interest financing is available. They serve all of Central Florida, and they are metal roofing experts, which means they actually manufacture that on site with the equipment to make sure it fits your house perfectly. They may be able to satisfy your insurance carrier by cleaning or rejuvenating your roof, adding years to it. The number one thing, get these guys on your property. It's EustaceRoofing.com. That's right. Contact your trusted roofing advisor at EustaceRoofing.com.
Yeah, we're not even going to pretend. This is a straight-up bribe. We're talking $1,000 in your hand. Use the cash to pay off that credit card you forgot about. Take a trip. Or buy some Indica Dominant Hybrid known for its body-numbing effects. Because weed is legal in Florida, right? Anyway, Anyway, bottom line, we want you to listen to Real Radio and you want money. So here's the deal. 13 keywords a day. Enter them at realradio.fm. And here is the important part. Answer your phone if we call. We're shameless. You're broke. Let's do this. This national contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage doors done right.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We have unlimited data that never slows you down, covered by the Verizon 5G network, and all for less than $30 a month when you get 4 lines. And the best part, we give you a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G when you switch to the 5G Unlimited or 5G Plus Unlimited plan. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
If you're shopping for hurricane impact windows, make sure to get a free quote from Reese Windows and Doors. Hi, C-Lane here, and Reese has been installing affordable, high-quality impact windows for over 50 years. At Reese, most windows are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks, and right now when you buy 2 windows, you get 1 free, plus installation is included. For a free quote, you can visit reesewindows.com. That's reesewindows.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
The future is bright. RC Hill here. It's graduation season, but you can leave the cap and gown at home because this month I'm helping people graduate from their old ride. That's right, I'll help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. So if you're ready for a fresh start, then graduate from your old ride, and I'll pay you way over appraised value regardless of miles or condition. You could even drive the redesigned 2025 Outlander top safety picked and Yamaha sound system, or the new Mirage, 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty starting at only $15,900. Plus, here at RCO Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability. We'll work hard to help you find a car you love for only $1 down. So ditch your old ride like the last day of class and save up to $10,000. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars, SUVs, trucks, and sports cars, and rates as low as 0%. But hurry, pre-tariff prices won't last long. I'm RC Hill, DeLand, and Ocala. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $1 down requires bank approval. Trade value up to 120% ABB. Ends May 31st, 2025.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Mornings are unpredictable. But West 2 News Sunrise can get your day started on the right track.
We have team coverage this morning
with breaking news and what's happening now.
Breaking this morning, investigators.
Central Florida's most accurate weather forecast.
Central Florida is under a first warning severe weather warning day.
And up-to-the-minute traffic to simplify your morning commute.
Impacting traffic exiting at that ramp this morning.
Jason, Meredith, Sonica, Kellyanne, and Megan. West 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
On the next Access Hollywood, we took the party to New York. Now we're delivering epic access in Orlando. Our exclusive with Howie Mandel.
Wow! Access Hollywood. This is exciting.
Then Adam Levine and Blake Shelton reunited. All the surprises from a star-studded voice finale. Plus,
The stakes couldn't be higher.
Only Access survived the General Hospital casting call, our exclusive cameo inside the Nurses Ball.
Whoa, that felt good.
Hey, Mario Lopez here. Please join me for Access Hollywood tonight at 7:30 on West 2.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN, GREEN, GREEN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
You remember Norm had a little quip every time he walked into the bar. My favorite was, they asked him how it was going. He said, "Oh, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear." My favorite.
Hey, Jim, I hear you talking about interviews. Do you remember your Joan Jett interview?
Oh, yeah, that
I think she hung up on you. That was another golden radio moment.
Yeah.
Later.
It's actually worse than that.
How so? You accused her of being a lesbian or something?
No, I don't think I don't think she was out yet. I don't think she was.
Is she gay?
Yeah, she's gay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, she's gay. But yeah, she came out years ago.
I just know she's a rocker.
Yeah, and actually, kind of funny. She isn't. Well, I will tell you, this is just, again, my perception of us meeting, Joan Jett. I was excited because, I grew up roller skating, and, I Love Rock and Roll and Crimson and Clover were like standards at the skate rink, So, I was quite familiar with Joan Jett. And that I Love Rock and Roll song was #1 for weeks, man. You could not escape it. It was like, Another One Bites the Dust. When that came out as a kid, you could not escape it.
So is there another sandbox question?
Not a question so much. Okay, here's what happened. If I remember this right, and if somebody wants to double check this with Rollins, he seems to be he can be the historian when it comes to this stuff because he remembers it quite a bit. But I believe we were doing an in-person interview with her at the old radio station. This was that long ago.
Okay.
And if you had to leave the suite to go to the bathroom was actually across the hall. It was the building bathroom. We didn't have here, the bathroom is within our suite, so you don't have to leave and go out. There, you had to leave the suite, the office, and go into a common bathroom for the first floor, right? Did you ever go to that other building? I can't remember. Okay, yeah.
No.
So I think what happened is Joan Jett went in there before the interview and laid one down. Somebody from the station went in after that and saw it. Like she didn't
flush?
That was the story, if I remember right. And then they told me, and I asked her about it on the air.
Oh, gee.
And you're still here 30 some odd years later. Wow.
Well, that's a lean-in moment.
That's like me. Yeah.
That's a FOMO moment.
I'm like, I heard a rumor. She goes, yeah, what's that? And I go,
oh, God.
That you laid down some wolf bait and didn't let it rip. And I don't think it went well. I can't remember, dude. That's a long time ago. I drank a whole bunch. I drank a whole bunch as a young man.
I couldn't even get the words out, much less wait for an answer.
It was something like that. It went poorly. I also had I said something to a porn star that made her walk out of the studio once too. She got so incensed that she actually called the client, which was Fairville and Megastore at the time, who set this up for us, and she was so pissed off at me that she called Bill, who's a friend,
right?
And tried to start some mess there, but it turns out she was a bit of a drama queen anyway, and it didn't work out that way.
So would you ask her?
No, that one was different as well.
Okay.
By the way, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Whatever.
Jack is here as well.
Whatever.
Your 6 o'clock keyword is green.
Yeah.
GREEN. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for $1,000.
Yeah, I had a winner at 3. Love to have one at 6. Now go back to what you said to the porn star.
Jack, are you familiar with a porn star named Christy Canyon?
I've heard the name before.
Christy
Let me
Canyon
look that up.
would
We
have
both
been
said Jack and I are doing a Google.
Christy Canyon would have been an early 90s, late 80s.
Is that with a C or a K?
Porn queen. CC. CHRISTYCANYON.
Okay. Christy Cannon.
Canyon.
Sorry.
You got her? There you go. This is what I do, guys. This is just what I do. Got to be careful with those pictures, Jack. Are those all edited?
We're on the internet.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
JimColbertLive.com.
It's called show prep.
Yeah, right. So Christy Canyon, we were going to do the interview. This is the same studio.
Right.
So my job was go out to the lobby and get the talent and bring her into the studio when it was time being. Russ was in there prepping up for the interview, and I think Bo was with us at the time. Yeah, I think he was still there. And this is what I remember. I think Russ may have been out there as well. He may have been there. She walks in, and I don't know if people know this happened back in the day, but for the strip clubs in Orlando, what would happen is these porn stars would supplement their income by being features at the topless clubs. So you would go to either, like, let's say, what's the one over here, Jack?
Yeah, Jack. What's the one over here, Jack?
I almost got
Club
him.
Wana?
There's Dollhouse.
It wasn't Wana. It was the nice one.
The nice one.
Rachel's?
Yeah, Rachel's. Right.
Okay.
So
That's right. That's a steakhouse, Jim.
Yeah. So and she may have been at Wana too, but they would come in town and they would book at Rachel's for a weekend, and Rachel's would go, hey, porn star Christy or adult film star Christy Canyon.
Right.
She would also do some signings at the Fair Villa store. It was like a whole weekend of her making money.
Wonder how she got the name Canyon.
Yeah, and they would make so much money. It was stupid.
Yeah, it's Comic-Con for adults.
How much money? I mean, they're charging like
basically
$25-$30 for a Polaroid back then. And I mean, there was a line out the door to get them, right? So she walks into the studio area, and as part of her normal thing, she hands me a promo shot. And the promo shot is her naked. Let me see okay, hold on. So what was it? Because I remember what I said to her.
Is that where you got the name Canyon?
Oh, yeah. So she's naked and she has a toy, and she's using the toy in the promo shot. She's like on a desk or something with her leg up, and she has the toy, and she's making the sexy face and the whole 9 yards. And the toy is in the area. I don't think it's like employed yet, but it's in the area. I don't even know if I can say what I said to her on the air. I will.
These were different times.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I remember saying this. I was joking. Like, this is a joke, because I found it so odd that she didn't even say her name to me, guys. She literally
handed you a naked picture of herself holding an adult toy.
I said, hey, Christy, I'm Jim. And she goes, okay, here you go. like I was just any other stooge that she was meeting at one of these clubs, and she hands me a signed photograph of her in this position with this toy. And I looked at her and I said, oh, I was hoping for the one with the zucchini in your A.
No. Well, she didn't think that was funny?
Livid.
Wow.
Livid. Like, out of control, angry, almost didn't do the bit, almost did not do the segment because I said that to her, and she immediately got mad. It wasn't like I'm going to take a minute and let this kind of sink in. Immediately mad, and then she immediately got on the phone with Bill, who owns the store. She goes, "This radio guy just insulted me, blah 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 blah." So I called Bill and I go, "Bill." And I told him the story. I said, Bill, this is exactly what happened. Bill's laughing his ass off because Bill didn't care about any of this. Bill just been there to make money. Bill was never like part of that life. I never saw him at the store or anything. He just owned it.
Right.
She was out of her mind. And I said, Bill, the first thing she did was hand me this picture with her, like with a fake, a giant fake dong, waving it around in the area. And I thought
Wave it like you just don't care.
I was just making.
Hey.
I was just making a joke, and he couldn't breathe. He was laughing so hard. He goes, "Put her on the phone." And I put her on the phone. We're calling from the office phone. And I said, "Put her on the phone." He puts her on the phone, and she just calms down. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you had that kind of sense of humor or whatever." And then went in and did their interview. But she almost walked away just because I said that. Zucchini.
She's like, "That's my next film."
Yeah. I can't believe that story was the entire segment.
Well, there was 2.
Yeah, Christy Canyon. Pretty hot back in the day.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Do you miss
she did not have a razor.
The days of like any interview, and it was always the Fringe.
Yeah, those days were like, we did a lot of the other boob, what we called the boob talent. There was a woman called Misty Mountains. There was
always had to have the alliteration.
Yeah, you got to have the alliteration. And there was another one that was very famous that came around, and she had like triple H's or whatever. And her whole thing is that she could hide a 2-liter bottle of soda under each boob. We dared her to do it. We actually went out and bought soda, and let me tell you, she could hide a 2-liter bottle of soda under each boob.
Hey,
no
Mom,
joke.
look what I can do.
Right. And the funny thing is, sweet. She was the sweetest girl. She was like a girl next door with giant hoots, and she would show them for money. And man, Bill told me these guys, she goes, that girl will come in town and make like $20K. In a weekend. This is in the early 90s, making $20,000 for a weekend.
And now she's tripping on
Could barely spell her name. Just joking. She's a funny girl. All right, let's take a little break. We'll come back and do It's Only Money with our buddy Scott Brown. What a lead in. He'll be happy.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's an accident getting cleared up on the express lanes of I-4 eastbound at Fairbanks Avenue. Look out for a crash. Slowing down traffic on State Road 50 near Oakland Avenue. Traffic slowing down on all the major roadways. There's slowdowns from the beach line to the Greenway northbound. Stop and go traffic on I-4 through the city there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that the best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Man, here in Central Florida, it is vital that you have an AC company that you can lean on, that you can trust, that has integrity, that you know won't screw you over in the worst possible times when your AC quits. Man, that's Mills Air by a billion. These guys are awesome. Leon started this company years ago, 30 plus years ago, with just one van, and then slowly but surely created a fleet of vans to take care of you wherever you are in Central Florida. They've been doing it for 30 plus years, and their techs can service any brand out there. You don't even have to know what kind of AC you have. Their techs can repair it. I'll tell you something else about their techs. They're all wonderful people that will never make you feel uncomfortable when they're there working on your property. Not to mention, these guys are carrier factory authorized dealers. That's important as well, because it can get you $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today. It's easy. 407-277-1159. Online, it's millsair.com.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's Klausman.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. The accident wasn't your fault. The medical bills shouldn't be your responsibility. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. After an accident, you don't want to get stuck with a pile of medical bills. I will fight to get those bills paid. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
If you want your windows there Pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. As a credit union created for the military community, Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Sarah Jessica Parker almost walked away from Sex and the City. She talks about that and a lot more on Are You a Charlotte? Plus, Snoop Dogg spills about his inauguration performance backlash, and trust me, he's got a lot of things to say about it with The Breakfast Club. And Aubrey O'Day, Diddy's former protege, joins Amy Robach and TJ Holmes for exclusive coverage of the trial that's gripping the nation.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
And the great rejoins have been fired today, Jackson.
Thank you.
Some old Depeche Mode in there, some Susie and the Banshees. By the way, when I was watching your GTA, it's the JimColbertLive.com for Jack's What'd You Do That's New, which is the controversial rise of Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar video games. That last GT3 or 4, if you listen, they're playing an acoustic version of a Depeche Mode song, but they're playing it so slow you can't pick up on it.
Nice.
But it's in there for sure. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 6 o'clock keyword is green, Green. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Had a winner at 3 o'clock today looking to add to that collection. So green is the word that could do that for you. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Let's do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth.
Isn't that really just common sense financial advice?
It's both.
Oh, okay.
It's only money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Good and loud for our man, Scott Brown.
Hey! Woohoo!
EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. We'll tell you more about those guys here soon. If you want to check out Scott, JimColbertLive.com, right there on our YouTube feed. Boss, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, and I appreciate you leading into me with Misty Mountains. Is that what you said?
Nicky Knockers.
And the other one was
Misty Mountains and Christie Canyon.
And listen, we forgot one. The one that I was talking about, actually, her name was, she was the sweetest, by the way. Her name was Nicky Knockers.
There you go. Nicky Knockers.
Now, these are fine young ladies, Scott, that earned their way through college by showcasing boobage.
And if you didn't have the alliteration, you were going nowhere in this business.
You are going nowhere for sure.
Yeah, that's the critical part. But, as long as we're starting out at the right place,
Scott, they're Triple H, buddy. They're Triple H's. I don't know what to tell you.
That's not even a thing. You're making that up. What does that even mean?
H for huge.
Yeah. That's like attaching a person to water, some kind of balloon. I don't even understand. It makes no sense.
I will give you this is true. I will give you the best example I can of how big I remember them being. Do you remember those things that kids used to have that they were it was like a big ball and it had a handle and you would sit on it and jump around?
Yep.
Like a hoppity hop.
Like a hoppity hop.
They were a hoppity hop. Yeah.
About that size.
I had one.
Each.
That can't be bad. That can't be good for your back.
It cannot. No, it's not. I mean, they talked about it quite often. I mean, but again, when you're making $20,000 a month in 1993, I don't think anybody's really caring about what their back is going to feel like at 52.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough for sure. All right, Scott joins us every single Tuesday at 6:20 to talk about financial, just business, just things, how you're going to take care of yourself as you move toward retirement, what you're doing with your money now. EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Been doing it for about 38 years as a fiduciary, making sure your portfolio is tuned in just right. What do you have for us this week, man?
I was revisiting a book. I'm up here in Carolina, and I get to do a lot of reading, which is one of my favorite parts of it. And I was rereading Mitch Anthony's book called The New Retirement Mentality, which I think he wrote 15 or 20 years ago. And I was just thinking about how, we talk on this show a lot about assets and asset allocation and saving and being responsible and all these wonderfully exciting things people like to hear about. But I started thinking maybe one of the messages I think we need to get across, or at least I think in this country we need to revisit, is the viability of drop dead retirement at 65 or whatever your number is. That number kind of came around in the late 1800s. I think it was an American Express started the first pension in 1875. And then, over the next 20, 30, 40 years, politicians kind of leaned into this idea that not only can you retire at 65, but you should. And I think that creates a false sense of pressure on people. I was thinking about a client of mine from about 5 years ago. She had been a paralegal and she was turning 50, and she'd enjoyed the job for an immense amount of time, but it was starting to wear on her. There's a lot of stress. The legal profession can be hard on people because it's a lot of hours, a lot of research.
Yeah.
And she's like, Scott, I'm just not digging it anymore. I want to do something different. And we talked about it in dollars and cents. She had about $400,000 saved. That clearly wasn't going to be enough to replace the $75,000 she was making, but I thought, all right, there's got to be a way here. Let's talk about it. So what we did is we did some planning, we did a little more saving, and at age 62, we pulled the trigger on Social Security early. I'm not recommending this for everybody. It isn't the right fit for everybody, but what I would say for her, it made sense. She was able to get the reduced amount, which was about $30,000 for her, if I remember correctly. And then she continued to work part-time at another job teaching kids. She wanted to be involved with kids. She found a small private school that would let her do that 3 or 4 days a week. So remember, she was making $75,000 as an paralegal. She's now making, I think at that time, she's making about $25,000 to $30,000 part-time, 3 or 4 days a week. And she turned on Social Security. She had $400,000 in savings. So if you got 5% on the 400, which she still does to this day, many years later, she's making $80,000 a year. which was more than the 75,
Crazy.
right? So stay with me here. She didn't have enough income or enough assets to replace her income, but through the use of part-time, more fulfilling income, she was able to not only replace her income by adding Social Security, toning down the work to the kind of work she enjoyed, but she actually made more. It's to this day makes more money. I think she makes $83,000 or $84,000 a year. She works 3 or 4 days a week doing something that isn't high pressure that she very much enjoys. And my point for telling that story is that I think we've taught people that if they don't have $1 million at 65, they're screwed, right? Yeah. And that's wrong. That's not always right. You know, sir, what I am not advocating for is not saving. That is definitely not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is there is more than one way to get where you're going. And the reason I bring this up is one of the most frustrating things I deal with is somebody will say, well, Scott, it's pointless. I shouldn't come in. There's no point to it. I'm 55 years old. I only got 100, 200 grand saved or whatever, or even less. And I'm basically giving up. And I just think that's wrong. I think there's so many opportunities when we have these careers that maybe we're tiring of or they weren't our first love to go do things part-time and supplement our Social Security and what we do have saved. Sometimes I think we forget that, first of all, we're living longer. People aren't dropping dead at 65 like they did 30 or 40 years ago. So I guess really I'm reading this book and I'm thinking to myself, yes, this makes a lot of sense. Why do you have to quit working at 65? Maybe you quit working at a job you don't like,
right?
But maybe you find something else that you can do. And what I also know is that it's better for your health. A recent study by the University of Oregon tells us that for every year you delay retirement beyond the age 65, increases your odds by 5 or 6% per year that you'll live into your 80s, right? It increases your odds of longevity the longer you work. You have purpose and you have meaning. And I think a lot of people fail to understand these dynamics.
Yeah, 100%. You know, we talked a couple of weeks ago about taking that Social Security earlier. This is the week before Greg Rossler came in, and I had this discussion because we'd seen the same kind of internet guy that does it on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. And I kind of expected you to poo-poo that immediately, but you know what? As you start thinking about it. Now, Scott, the one thing I did realize about taking the money early from social is you can't reverse that, right? Once you make the election to take your Social Security, whether it be 62, 4, 3, whatever the case may be, you've made that decision. That's it. There's no, I'm going to do this for a year and then go back in. Once you make that decision, that's it.
Yeah, you don't enter into that lightly. This goes back to the planning, right? This is why I emphasize the planning. It's why I say, you know, who cares if you only have 10 grand or 15 or 20 or whatever the number is? Come in and do the planning, understand the dynamics of what you're about to do, be comfortable with them before. And again, I would probably argue that 7 times out of 10, what I just explained doesn't make sense. But I will tell you in this instance, it made a lot of sense. And for somebody who's just unhappy, I know several people who were counting the minutes till they could retire because they just did not like the job.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, why wait to 65, 66, 67? Maybe there's an alternate path that you can take that doesn't require you to have $1 million and B, work till you're 65 or 67 years old.
And, you know, man, I know a number of people who have done this. They would have retired, they did the thing, and then they found out how boring it was. You and I, again, have spoken about this before. You know, after that year of playing golf every day and doing all the stuff they thought they wanted to do, they never thought it would go by so quickly because now they can focus that entirely rather than do it part-time while they're working. And those people wind up kind of regretting that decision. And I agree. I mean, I find the people that have made it long in their life, like my dad is 85 years old, and I think he worked up until he was damn near 70 before he quit it. And I mean, he had a hard job. He was working like, you know, he's driving a truck. So it wasn't like easy work. So, you know, I know that in just the ability to need something or have a responsibility will keep you more engaged and obviously, I think, more viable.
Yeah, I think study after study shows that the more engaged you are, the more meaning you have. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a rocket scientist anymore or do hard manual labor. But there are so many opportunities in this country, I think, to work part-time, to find more fulfilling work, find something, you know, maybe you find a charitable organization, you know, even if you do have the money, even if you have the assets, right? Because first of all, let me say that I know more than a few people who have $10 million plus and are retired and are miserable. So having the money is not the key element. It certainly doesn't hurt. I'm not advocating for not saving. What I'm saying is if you work to 70, it's something you really enjoy. What's the harm in that? First of all, there's no harm, I would argue. Second of all, I think there's benefit to that. So I think we need, my point in this, and after rereading Mitch's book last week, is I've come to the conclusion that we need to stop beating this drum for you must retire at 65 and you must have $1 million. No. Lots of people.
I'm sorry. What I think what you should have is somebody that can tell you the difference of that. And I didn't mean to interrupt, but I mean, as you're talking about, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, well, if you had a plan that you understood what was going to happen and how you could earn money, it would be way different. Those decisions wouldn't maybe have so much pressure on you.
Yeah, I got a plan. I'm working till 70 and I'm getting that extra 24%, baby.
Jack doesn't get it.
Yeah, I want the extra money.
No, I you know what he's doing right now. He's sucking up to Greg. I thought this is Scott, you're great, but Greg's a little better. This is Jack's moment.
Oh, the jealousy.
Right, I just see one team. I see the Edgewater Family Wealth team to lift all into a happy, healthy retirement.
Oh, there we go.
I don't see individuals.
You know what?
Scott.
He probably.
I'm no Christy Canyons. I get that.
Like he listens. I love it. Scott Brown with us, Edgewater Family Wealth, EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. By the way, you can go there and go to the pull down tab and make yourself a consultation, and these guys will kind of help you out for exactly the plan that we're talking about. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Let's move on to the second topic: slowing down versus a hard stop. How is longevity affected?
Well, I mean, we kind of already did the spoiler there, but I mean that study, and MIT did a study recently that says entrepreneurs who start over the age of 50 have twice the success rate as entrepreneurs who start at age 30. So think about that. Think about you're 50 or 55, you don't love what you're doing, and you're like, oh, I'm too old to start a business. Statistically, a 50-year-old is more likely to be successful than a 30-year-old with a startup. So again, Colonel Sanders was 62.
Unbelievable.
When he started KFC.
Yeah.
Let me tell you another one, too.
That seemed to have worked out okay.
Yeah, I think Rodney Dangerfield was in his late 40s or earlier mid 40s when he started doing stand-up.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Carter was doing Habitat for Humanity in his 90s. Warren Buffett just stepped down at 94. Charlie Munger was 99 when he died, still at it. A lot of these executives, I was looking up Jamie Dimon the other day because I wasn't sure how old he was, the chairman of JP Morgan. And the guy's pushing 70. Yep. He looks like he's 45. But, I mean, again.
David Geffen is 81.
Who's that?
David Geffen, the record executive, 81 years old.
Yeah, I mean, if you like what you do, and I think this is the critical part, and I know it's easier said than done, and trust me, but if you like what you do, why not do it as long as you possibly can? And if you don't like what you do, maybe the plan at 50 or 55 is to start looking for that thing that you like to do that might pay you a little bit in the next 15 or 20 years, as long as your health prevails.
100%. I agree 100%. Look, man, I was looking down at this message. It says we're not ready to announce it yet, but you have booked the room in the Brevard area for the upcoming seminar.
Yeah, so we put a lot of time and effort into finding the spot, and I can tell you it's a super cool one. With a really cool water view. I'm not going to let it loose because we don't quite have the website ready to accept. But next week I will have the date for Brevard County. Jim, we're doing. What's weird is I don't think it's weird, but I've come to realize we do pretty well with the folks out at the Space Coast. And I was trying to figure out why I thought that was. And I think it's because when they come see us, we have an actual process. We have algorithms that we use. We're data-driven. We're data-based. And I think a lot of people that are in engineer-type industries out on the Space Coast, I think that appeals to them. That's the only thing I could figure out. But for whatever reason, we're doing well out there, and we have a lot of engineers and Space Coast folks. So I decided we're going to do an event so they don't have to drive to Orlando or to Mount Dora. And like you said, we're going to have that event. Well, next Tuesday when I'm on, I'm gonna break that one loose and let you know where to sign up.
And Scott, I believe and we're a little short on time here, and I do want to talk about your golf game because I love it when you send me that. But I think in life in general, I think one of the misconceptions is just because you have a focused intellect in one area that you get credit for having focused intellect in a number of areas. And I think that's important to realize, like you just said this, like guys can be space engineers and mathematicians and physicists, but dealing with money and dealing with planning may not be their strong suit. This happens all the time in your business, does it not?
Yeah, I mean, doctors are notorious for this. They have a bad reputation when it comes to money, sometimes deserved, sometimes not. But there is the kind of the transference fallacy where if you're smart at something, you think you're smart at everything. And I promise you that's not always true.
Yeah.
I've met with plenty of really smart people who couldn't transfer the information.
Yeah, and I say that because of this, because a lot of people out there sometimes feel a little embarrassed if they get into their 50s, in their mid 50s, and they think that I don't have a grip on this financial stuff. That people are going to look down on them. Maybe they're a high level professional in a number of different facets. It doesn't really work like that. Like I've been in radio for 32 years, and I trust other people to take care of my money for me because that's not my focus. My focus is trying to produce good content for the radio program and not to kind of manage my portfolio. That's what professionals in that business are for. And I learned that early in my life in a number of facets. I hired the things I can't do and exploit the things I can do. And I found that to be a great advantage in my life. And I think that other people could apply that and it would help them as well.
I mean, it boils down to humility. I think there's a direct correlation between especially for high earners and medium earners, is the more humility you have, the more money I find that they end up with. I know that's a weird thing to say, but
Not at
it is
all.
true.
Yeah, 100%. All right, tell me about the golf game.
Well, so it was awful today. I mean, I was all over the place. It was ridiculous. I was playing with 3 new guys I never met. I'm like, I'm going to smoke these guys. I'm going to impress them. They're going to be so impressed. Dude, I couldn't run off that golf course fast enough. Thinking about changing my name and moving.
Isn't that what makes it the greatest game ever, though, dog? You can go out there one day and be king of the world, and the next day, like you never hit it before. It's great.
It was just like it's one of those things where I had an 8-foot putt, and when I hit it after I was finished hitting it, I had a 10-foot putt. That doesn't make any sense.
All right. How do people get a consultation from you, big dog? And people out there listening right now?
You go to edgewaterfamilywealth.com, and you can ask for a consultation. We do several a week for people who call in or sign up, and you can download my book, I Never Made Anybody Rich, or our guide to using a financial advisor, which is called I Got a Guy. And if you need to speak to super stud Greg Rossler of the Medicare Social Security world, you can also reach out to edgewaterfamilywealth.com to schedule that consultation as well.
Yeah, and the good thing about Greg is these Medicaid changes that you're hearing about in the news that are going to happen, Greg has all the tips you're going to need on how and what's going to be happening with that and how you can plan for it so that you don't get surprised by any of that stuff, which is great.
Yeah, and Greg will be probably at our event on the Space Coast as well,
which we'll announce next Tuesday.
Oh, it's like he's part of the
Yes, sir.
team. It's like all one big wealth management team he's got over there. Pretty cool.
Yeah. I hear you, Jack.
That's passive aggressive, Jack.
That's P.A. McGee.
That's the one we work with daily. Very nice.
Your returns are going to suffer, Jack.
All right, good loud for Scott Brown. There you go.
I told you I'm working until 70.
EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. All right, big dog. We'll see you soon, man. Good
Later.
seeing you. All right, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Don't forget green is your 6 o'clock keyword. You got about 10 minutes or so to get over to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Deb, what's coming up for you to hear first?
Well, almost 60 million are under the threat of severe weather. Closer to home, there's a recall over a salmonella outbreak, very popular vegetable. And we say goodbye to a Cheers star. We'll talk about that and more next during You Heard It Here First.
You got it. We'll take a little break, back with Deb's news, and we'll get the hell out of here on a Tuesday.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hey there, Central Florida, Fox 35, Storm Team Meteorologist Snow Bergen here. We are looking at some hot weather again for Wednesday. Temperatures into the mid to high 90s. Some clouds are going to come in on Thursday. There could be a thunder shower during the afternoon, and then going into Friday and Saturday, temperatures mid to high 80s. Looks good, maybe low 90s. And then Sunday, maybe a thunder shower. Better chances, though, for more widespread rain once we get to next Monday and Tuesday. Have yourself a great week.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida
SureTourMotorsports.com. Summer starts early in Florida, which means we get more beach time, more sunshine, and more time to enjoy refreshing, sweet, and juicy Florida watermelon. The best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. There's sunshine in every bite.
Guys, Tools Ace Hardware now carrying Steel zero-turn mowers. How about that? Steel already recognized as one of the top brands in outdoor power equipment, and now they are offering the best in zero-turn mowers. That's right, from homeowner to professional, Steel has the perfect zero-turn mower for your landscaping needs. Not to mention 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers. And don't forget, Tools Ace has trained techs in their stores to service and repair your Steel equipment. It's Steel zero-turn mowers. They are now available at all 11 Tools Ace Hardware locations that sell Steel outdoor power equipment. It's Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia can get more people to hear your message than anyone else. For better results for every budget, visit iHeartAdvertising.com.
The future is bright. RC Hill here. It's graduation season, but you can leave the cap and gown at home because this month I'm helping people graduate from their old ride. That's right, I'll help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. So if you're ready for a fresh start, then graduate from your old ride, and I'll pay you way over appraised value regardless of miles or condition. You can even drive the redesigned 2025 Outlander top safety pick and Yamaha sound system, or the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty starting at only $15,900. Plus, here at RCO Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability. We'll work hard to help you find a car you love for only $1 down. So ditch your old ride like the last day of class and save up to $10,000. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars, SUVs, trucks, and sports cars, and rates as low as 0%. But hurry, pre-tariff prices won't last long. I'm RC Hill, DeLand, and Ocala. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $1 down requires bank approval. Trade value up to 120% KBB. Ends May 31st, 2025.
If you want to buy or sell quickly, call Nickley. You know the biggest hassle with selling your home with the Nickley Group? Figuring out where to put the sofa in your new home, because your old home won't be on the market for long. TNG listings sell 2 times faster and for an average of 6% more. Trust the experts at the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty to get your home listed, shown, and sold. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today at thenickley.com. Call Nickley.
Greenway Kia proudly thanks all active and retired military members for your service. If you're in the market for a sedan or SUV, we've got the perfect Kia for you. Tariff-free and in stock now. Drive home a new 2025 Kia Sportage for just $299 per month for 36 months with zero due at signing. We want to see you in a Kia. From Greenway Kia, visit greenwaykias.com today.
Qualified applicants through KFA include $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 0 security deposit plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 6/15/25.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for the start of summer 2025. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Make sure you have the free iHeartRadio app in your phone today.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it. We've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah.
Orlando. Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan.
Our friends at TK Law want to remind us to look ahead. So we will look ahead tomorrow on the Monsters in the Morning. Our buddy Ray Trenley will be joining the fellas in the Monsters at 9 o'clock or so. Amber Nova might be in as well, but they will be getting ready for their big Monsters Night of Comedy. That's happening Thursday night at the Funny Bone. You want details on that? Go to realradio.fm/comedy. Get your tickets now. So, if you want to look ahead, do it with the team at TK Law. Plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Jimbo, I got a question for you.
All right.
This morning I heard that back in the day you and Barb and maybe some friends would go golfing, but I heard Barb from Crime Line would put BTA to you, and y'all, more you know, belt to, I think we know what the A stands for. Is that true? Is she like that? Is she like that?
Listen.
And was it live on radio too?
Listen.
Question.
Listen.
I need to know.
Listen.
Hi, I'm Rob, and I'm Jules. So I was just wondering, since we're sharing photos and stories, I was wondering if you wanted me to send you a tanned and slightly muscular man with a cucumber in his age.
Okay, man.
Just
Come on.
wondering.
Come on.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Can I have one, please?
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. We don't have time to even. I don't have time to.
No, we don't.
Respond to any of this stuff.
No, we don't.
Barb and I have a very unique relationship, and she's awesome. One of the most interesting and unique and integrity-filled human beings I know. I'm proud to know her, and I'm proud to know I can call her a friend. She's the greatest, and a damn good golfer, and her boy's a good golfer too. And we've had a lot of fun together.
He beat Ryan with 3 clubs.
Oh yeah, dude, he's a monster already. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Let's do. You heard it here first.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on The Jim Colbert Show.
Yeah, a tornado watch is being issued for eastern Kentucky. Yeah, they could use it. Comes just days after a tornado outbreak and the state killed 19 people.
The destruction is insane.
It's unbelievable. Kentucky Governor Beshear warns of tonight's storms.
We have projectiles that could cause anyone and everyone harm, whether their home is still standing or not. We also have structures that may not be able to stand up to that extra wind.
Now, 8 tornado victims remain hospitalized. 2 are in critical condition, 2 are in serious, and 4 are in good condition. Meanwhile, authorities have ordered the evacuation of some neighborhoods in Laurel County as that storm system approaches the area later today, and the evacuation is expected to last into tonight. And to add insult to injury, they've been dealing with looters who've been ransacking tornado victims' homes.
The worst of the worst.
The worst of the worst. Okay, this is we've got Memorial Day weekend coming up. A lot of salads going to be out on the picnic tables. Who likes cucumbers here?
Oh, I love cucumbers.
I love cucumbers. You're going to want to take them out of your diet for a while.
Oh, really? I'll tell my friend Christy.
Cucumbers from 2 Florida companies are being recalled. The FDA and CDC are investigating salmonella infections linked to cucumbers grown by Bedner growers. That's in Boynton Beach down in Palm Beach County and distributed by Fresh Start Produce Sales between April 29th and May 14th. According to the FDA, 26 people in 15 states.
Damn.
have been infected with salmonella, with 9 being hospitalized. Impacted states include Florida and, like I said, those 14 others.
Yeah, nothing better than a good cucumber on a salad. Nothing.
Absolutely. I agree with you there.
Oh, chonky too.
And then finally...
Afternoon, everybody. Hey, what's happening, Norm? It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Which thankfully we heard earlier today from a listener. But yeah, just Cheers star George Wendt has died at the age of 76. His family said he died in his sleep today. Wendt starred as Norm Peterson in the hit sitcom, nominated 6 straight times for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series at the Emmys after Cheers went off the air. Given his own sitcom called The George Wendt Show, I know you interviewed him about that, Jimmy. Wendt also appeared in films like The Little Rascals and Airplane 2, the sequel.
He was also in Fletch.
Oh, wow.
He was a drug dealer in the movie Fletch. He was great. I mean, I forget his name. He had some kind of he was a beach bum drug dealer, but he was great in the movie. Actually, it's probably his best performance ever.
Well, you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
And tune into the Monsters tomorrow morning, because I'm sure Russ will have a take on that interview with George Wendt, because we do have a direct connection to him. So check him out tomorrow morning. I'm sure he'll tell those stories. Jack, question of the day.
Oh, yeah. It was... Which is more important in a sandwich? The bread?
You didn't put this up there, liar.
Yes, he did.
Did you really?
The bread, or what's in between the bread?
It's the bread.
And how many people agree with you?
75% say it's the bread.
Oh, that's a bit hopeful. How about 37% say it's the bread, and 63% said it's what's in between the bread.
Right. Who do we have to thank today? while he gloats.
We want to thank Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth, and we also want to thank Sam Bone and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat, just in case you missed Scott Brown, or maybe our review of Jack's Choice for What'd You Do That's New, the controversial rise of Rockstar Games. The podcasts have already been posted at The Jim Colbert Show.
Very nice. Tomorrow is Animal House. Who's in?
We have the Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando. Kenny and Brandy will be here with a fur baby.
Very nice. We'll also talk to our buddy Scott Maxwell tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bunch of other fun topics to talk about for sure. Punchlines, no politics.
Yes,
that's what
exactly.
we're doing from now on, my guys. We're going to have a lot of fun just hanging out and talking about silly stuff that affects your life every single day. On behalf of Deb and Jack, I'm Jim. We follow the new Shunky. They follow the monsters in the morning after us. It's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We will see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
And stay cool. Bye.
I don't think so.
If you missed any part of today's show, check out the Jim Colbert Show on demand. And for highlighted feature segments, listen to the Jim Colbert Show The Goods. Both are available for free on the iHeartRadio app.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews are clearing up an accident, slowing down traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Orange Blossom Trail. There's an accident reported on Apopka Vineland Road at Redgate Road.